Hey, give me money. YouTube memberships. Become a member of my weirdo empire. Just 99 cents a month, you can become Max Thrasher the Bounty Hunter yourself. Special badges, shoutouts at the beginning of the streams, and you get to feel good about yourself. For $4.99 a month, you can join the Erotic Eric Fontaine tier. All those other perks, plus once a month, you can join me and our friends for a special not quite wrestling live stream where we watch something that's kinda like wrestling, but not quite. And for $9.99 a month, you can play Armstrong Bingo with us. It's all that other stuff, plus once a year, you can select what we watch on Off the Grid. Just don't make it porn, don't make it something that'll get me a copyright strike. Please send a link because I don't want to do work. I'm lazy. Get on YouTube now, support me, I'll thank you later. Literally, I will thank you. And until we can fix capitalism, this is the best I can do. Are we live? I think we're live. I think I fixed it. Hello, everyone. My name is Tom, and I'm happy to have you in my gang. This is Off the Grid, and I want to cry. We gather a couple Sundays a month to watch some weird wrestling that I found online. We all watch it together. For those of you watching live, I am so sorry. To explain it real quick, I don't want to go to the mumbo jumbo, but I was streaming at the wrong resolution. My computer thought I wanted to do 4K streaming, and it's like, no, can't do that. So I had to go through and I had to resize everything, all the scenes in my OBS, one by one. And then I fixed it, and I go live, and YouTube isn't with me at all. So, shit. And that's part of the reason why I do these Sunday streams is for the YouTube folks who are always upset that WCW Deep Cuts Live can't be on Sundays. So I do that. I do this for you folks. I was this close to throwing my computer out the window. It's close, but I'm here with you guys, with all 224 of you so far. Thank you all so much. Spread the word. I'm sorry I'm going to keep you guys up late tonight. We'll be going past 11 o'clock. I apologize. But we're here and we're doing it. Before we go forward, I mentioned the YouTube folks before. I need to thank all of the members, all my weirdo empire. Yankee Hawko 4, Bam Dog, Adam Simon, Kamish Spiffy, Tim Collins, Brent Clark, Anthony Marola, Stephen J. Neptune Man, Brian McConnell, The Suzanimal, Adam Suzanne, Sean Fox, Jesse, Jamie, Impwa, Wild Woobs, Bagsley, Casual Villainy, Brentix Maximus, Brian Dermody, Jacob Kinney, Peyton Andrews, Troy, David Syracuse, Jonathan Mayer, The Scott Keith, Hidden Track, Izzy McClure, Jason Honeycutt, Fartmaster Supreme, Champagne and JD, Wild Woobs. Again, I meant to delete that one. So just, you're getting thanked twice. Brandon Davidson, Ken Terminated DQ, Dima Bauer, Ninja Tyler Black, Active Graves, Mark Webster, Justin / Bootable, Unpop, Sean O'Connell, Number One Gunkle, Coop's Footy Bids, which I had to read a few times to make sure he wasn't a pervert, and D-Cribs. Thank you all so much for supporting the work that I'm doing with the YouTube membership. We will be doing Not Quite Wrestling on YouTube exclusively for Erotic Eric Fontaine and Up members next Sunday, hopefully at 8. We'll see how the computer works. But I don't feel like I should be keeping you guys too much longer. Let's get into the wrestling. we're going to be watching the North American Wrestling Alliance. It was George Scott's attempt to start up a territory in the Carolinas in 1990. George Scott was the guy responsible for, not responsible, but he's the booker for the WWF in like 85, and then he booked for the NWA from like 88, 89. This is his final attempt to get something working. Let's go. All right, as always, let me know how things are. Again, like I said, I had to resize everything. So, I had to like redo scenes.
Excitement in the air in Columbia, South Carolina. Hello, everyone. Ted Webb, along with Gene Ligon, the North American
Gene Ligon, Ted Webb, our hosts tonight.
We have tonight, Coach. We have some
I'm off the screen. I'm back on the screen. Yay!
Boy, what an exciting combination. The Bulldogs, the American Bulldogs, certainly one of the most up-and-coming.
The American Bulldogs.
Bob Orton, Ricky the
Wonder where they
Dragon
got that
Steamboat.
name.
It's a pleasure to have you at Mike's side tonight with me. Good to be here.
Adjust the lights so I can actually see what I'm watching.
Man coming from the Lumbers, North Carolina is going to be a tremendous. The Chief looks awful good out there, and a Baron Samedi, a big man in fact.
No doubt about it. Also, the return of Vince Trelli. I'm excited. You're excited. Let's turn it over to our ring announcer, Billy Powell, and get underway.
Good evening. In our first match this evening.
All right, they're having technical issues just like I am.
North Carolina, weighing
Yeah, they're going for Jim Crockett.
Rex.
Mike Rex,
And his tag
the
team partner
teenage
from parts
wrestler.
unknown,
Yes, Brian, that's the one and only.
235 pounds,
Vince Trelli. We'll see him in a bit. The Viper, his partner. We'll be seeing a lot of him
Their
tonight.
opponents from the south of New Jersey.
Oh yeah, Commodore Amiga. We'll be watching some more WMAC
100 pounds,
in the future.
Rex and Spike, the American
Bulldogs.
Certainly exciting when we caught them last week in their American debut, the American Bulldogs, and they'll be going up against Viper and Mike Rex this evening.
I wonder who they were influenced by. Yes, Rex versus Rex. Hello, Cecil. The south of New Jersey. Do you mean South Jersey? That's how you know everybody here has like never been to Jersey. Okay, you can turn the music off now.
Both men testing each other there for leverage and balance. Referee Ron West calls for the break and a
Oh
clean
shit,
break for
Mike Rex is
Good turnout
he's
this evening.
Rex and
A lot of
effects.
excitement in the air. Ted Webb and Gene Ligon. And you're watching the best of the North American Wrestling Association.
The American debut of the American
up-and-coming tag team
Bulldogs.
combination of the American Bulldogs.
Wonder where they were wrestling before.
Another clean break. These guys do abide by the rules, and that's certainly a refreshing change.
Mike Rex
Most of the
appears to be
dynamic
7'4".
combinations we've seen have been guys that, they'll go to any extremes to win a match. Rex now with an opportunity to...
I thought the American Bulldogs were the Pit Bulls. But these guys look nothing like the Pit
Well, one thing you
Bulls.
don't want to do is get these guys...
Thank you,
excited.
Inforel on YouTube. Appreciate it.
This young man's trying to take advantage as best he can. Got a good side headlock right there and squeezing down tightly on the head.
No doubt about it. Ron West checking, make sure that there is no choke involved.
Gene Ligon, bless his heart. I
Knocking the Bulldog down.
can't understand a
Mike
word he
Rex.
said. What the? Okay.
Right hip block.
Mike Webb appears to have gone to 1 week of wrestling
Bulldogs are
school.
noted for their tremendous flying maneuvers, Gene.
Well, they got good elevation that time.
I don't know if... Oh my god. Hey, Mike Rex, when he ran the ropes, he went diagonal.
And Rex gets a little bit of his
Oh
own
gosh.
medicine. Here comes that.
This guy's bad.
Size 10 to the side of the head. That's Excedrin headache number 36.
And 37.
Nice elbow to the back of the
Next
head.
week on the NWA, the New Finland Bulldogs. Yes,
Bulldogs work
Techno.
very fluid as a tag
Thank
team
you for
combination. You will
pointing
see
out the
Steve
resolution
Rex
thing,
keep
by the
a
way.
fresh
You
man in the
helped
ring
me
outside
fix
his
it.
double
Everything
leg
tonight.
takedown.
If you're watching on
Rex
VOD,
landing
that
the
means
small of the
nothing.
back. Elbow to the back of the head.
Why don't you tag him the Viper? See if he's, like, trained.
Especially after that head rams into
Wait,
the
are they
turnbuckle.
both in corners on the same side of the ring?
They look like they might be padded nicely, but that's steel
What
chain underneath
on
that.
earth?
No matter how much padding you have, that steel comes through quite a bit. They're lightly padded.
No doubt about it. Here's the Viper
Hey
in the
Nathan,
ring.
the announcers
Drawing
are
a lot
Gene
of
Ligon
attention
and
on
Mike
Mike.
Webb.
There's a lot of speculation as to who
Cecil, you
might
are
be.
undoubtedly a better worker than Mike
Some people
Webb.
speculate He's a guy that wrestled in Japan a lot because of that python hold that he uses to put his opponents away. Banging away to the
You see, he's a
back of the
viper
elbow.
because
The tag is
you
made.
got to deal in the snakeskin
Rips into the ring
mask.
Now continues to work on the left arm.
I have a feeling Mike
Barring
Rex.
the arm, applying
What was
pressure.
that? He's giving him palm thrusts
Good
to the
turnout of Columbia
armpit.
tonight. He's got him up for a full body slam.
I thought he was going to try to do the
Nice slam.
deal where you keep the arm
The
bar
American
on in the body
Bulldog.
slam.
On the scene, they say that
But
they
American
want some of the
Bulldog was
nasty
like,
boys.
nope.
Orton and Samiti, they don't care. Bring them on, they say.
Oh gosh, oh gosh. Oh, okay, that was safer than I thought it'd be.
Landing on the back of the head. He has got to be stunned right now. Going in for the
Oh
pin.
gosh,
Down
that's
two,
not
and
how
Mike
you
Rex
hook a
kicks
leg.
out.
Mike's definitely feeling the lower vertebra, starting to knock his wind right out of him there.
Boy, speaking of knocking the wind out of him, that was a heck of a right to the midsection. Another right to
Ugh.
the midsection. Down on one knee and much the worse for wear is Mike Rex. Oh, beautiful suplex.
There's how tiny must these Bulldogs
Very
be?
impressive, these young men.
It's Mike Rex. He's like a normal. He's like a tall guy, but he's like a normal tall
A lot
guy.
of stamina.
That's what I thought. I thought these were the pit
Very
bulls,
tough individual there.
but they look nothing like the pit bulls facially. Maybe the arm, I'm just stupid. Midnight Fowler, thank you for upping that sub. I need to move that.
Kicking out again, and I'll tell you, I am amazed at the amount of stamina that Rex.
The amount of
displayed
stamina in this
Most
3-minute
men would
match
have
so
taken the
far.
count of three already about 2 minutes ago.
Well, that's why these men stay in the gyms every day. working
Yeah,
out
the
for
Jerry
body
Sags
control.
hair. Yeah, that's a
We have
beautiful
spoken to the
moment.
American Bulldogs. They have told us that they came here with the
Kenji, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Pitbull 1 is still alive. Last I heard, he did like a weird work shoot angle with that Grimm's Toy Show weirdo. Yeah, if only the NAWA used fewer ring lights.
And Rex slams a 200-pound body into the turnbuckle, out of breath. right
Slams
now.
his
United right in the
200-pound
midsection.
body.
Bulldog staying fresh. Double chop.
Is he writing
Landing
fanfic?
square on the back of his head, going into the body. See, you gotta hook that leg. You gotta put a little more pressure, and the Bulldog that time didn't do it, Gene.
Mike Webb is like, you fucking idiot. You don't know how to pin. Oh my gosh. He doesn't,
No
yeah.
doubt about it.
This Rex fella has no idea what he's doing.
Here comes the Bulldog.
Oh.
Boom, right across the top of that chest. The walking zombie is Mike Rex. Rex, much
The
worse
walking
for wear.
zombie. Oh,
Going
that's
for
a
the count of
pin.
2, and he hooks. See, you gotta hook him. You gotta hook him.
They're making some basic
Gotta hook 'em.
mistakes here, but
Gotta
I do
hook 'em,
believe
baby.
they
Hook 'em
feel they've got
horns.
this man in control.
I think so. They may be trying to get the TV exposure, as so many guys try to do. There's a great combination. The elbow to the face. Mike Rex.
Is Jerry
right
Sags
now
always missing it? I
in
think he
trouble.
lost his teeth
Viper
in a
standing
match with the
anxiously
Steiners, maybe?
ringside saying, make the tag. We saw this last week. We saw this last week. That shoulder.
Oh,
I
no.
thought he was going to go to that shoulder buster. Nice elbow to the chest. Could this
Oh,
be
yes,
it
the
for Rex?
Jack Russells.
Covering 1, 2. Rex lifting that
Should be
shoulder
like
up.
children.
And I'll tell you what, this is a tough, gutsy competitor.
This young man doesn't give up at all. I'm impressed.
No doubt about it.
Mike Rex
He's
looks like a
taking
weird
some
hybrid of
running
Elegante and a Von Erich. Oh, what was that supposed to be? Oh,
DDT. Surprise.
I think Mike Rex actually spiked himself.
I'll tell you right now, most guys.
The American Bulldogs.
Body from about 10 feet up in the air. The count
Yeah, I kind of get the feeling that too, that was supposed to be the finish. The Bulldogs, that whole match just seemed like the Bulldogs drove down to North Carolina and were like, they had all these ideas for spots. And then they get there and we're like, shit, we got to use all of them. And the Viper, they have a split, we have a breakup. The enhancement guys have broken up. That's what we needed. When you suck so bad that the Viper is like, nope.
That's definitely uncalled for.
That cop standing there like, I will let this assault and battery happen. Technically, if it doesn't happen in the confines of a match, it's a crime, I believe. A little vipe out. This was maybe a few months before they did the angle where Cactus Jack turned on his partners. Kevin Sullivan stealing angles from George Scott. The American Bulldogs were like the Steiners were both Jerry Sags.
And that is it. 1, 2, 3. It is all over. This one belongs to the American Bulldogs. Coming up next, the North American
What is that song? Here we go. The patron saint of Off the Grid, Cowboy Bob Orton, with Baron Samedi, which is the name of an actual James Bond villain.
Brian Johnson.
Yeah, Brian Johnson.
His opponent from Kansas City, 245 pounds, Cowboy Bob Orton.
Yeah, Bob Orton. He's great.
Is accompanied to the ring by his partner, his confidant, and his
Yes,
friend.
Baron Samedi, a.k.a. Charles Wright, Papa Shango, The Godfather, etc., etc. What a wild pairing.
Was Bob Orton, one of the toughest men in professional wrestling. Brian, a young upstart.
His confidant. This is the man I trust with all my personal information. Baron, do you know my social security number?
He
Yeah.
knows he wants to win the match, but he's here to hurt people.
That's right, as you see, he's got him.
Bob Orton
Half
rules.
Nelson right there, going for a pin. But he's not trying to pin him, as you see. He's just
toying with
He's not trying to win the match. What type of commentary is this? Oh my gosh, I thought he was going to do a Emerald
A lot of people may
Fusion.
wonder what wrestlers do in the dressing room when they're preparing to come out to wrestle. I know that Bob Orton Jr. sits there and reads Stephen King novels. He psychs himself up by reading Stephen King novels. By the time the guy gets into the ring, he is...
I know that Bob Orton reading, he was a child called It.
And the guy doesn't need to do this. You know, he comes from a
Oh, hell yeah. American Bulldogs and the Nasties. So many mullets, so little time.
He's hooking the leg right there. That's a Jacobs.
Could have picked that match.
Also hooking right
Bob Orton's just like, I'm gonna wrestle. I'm going to actually wrestle this guy. This is so much better than the first match. And yeah, good notice, 98. He is not wearing the cast.
Got a banana split on him right there.
Yes, he does. And he's demonstrating right now. He's toying right
Yeah, Bob Orton just standing in the corner, reading the stand.
He's saying, sir, if you came to wrestle, I can wrestle. Let's see if you can play roughhouse. And right now, those knees are going to the side of Brian Johnson's body.
And again, I ask, as I always do when we see Bob Orton in these shows, do you think he's ever talked to Randy about this? About hanging out with the Godfather as Baron Samedi? Oh my gosh!
Did you see that maneuver?
Unbelievable height.
That was insane. He threw that dude over his head.
Way up in the air.
Didn't leave his feet. Gave that
This
suplex, didn't leave his
rules.
feet.
Tremendous.
This is in some town in North Carolina that they never
Handed to
say,
Brian
John.
Johnson. He tried to bounce back and
Okay, all I know is it's in North Carolina. I'm sure the actual info's out there somewhere, but they never say what town. So,
Our referee for this match, Byron Richard. A great referee.
but is the referee's name also Baron?
They say it's
Baron Richard?
to handle the ring because there's four corners. Byron Richards has that behind his head.
Of course. Why didn't I think of that?
Orton Jr.
Randy probably recognizes the Baron Samedi from Family Holidays, because, I mean, don't you invite your confidant to Thanksgiving? Channel 48, WGGT TV. I think I'm gonna do a Why Bob Orton Rules video one of these days. That power slam was sick.
Bob Orton Jr. Look at that. Look at that.
That's funny.
Jr. planning that.
He's like, I want to hurt this man more.
Calling Byron Richards' attention to it. Most men would have been happy to take a victory right there with a
This
pin.
match is so weird. Bob Orton
Johnson.
throwing a dude around like the Steiner brothers, with Charles Wright antagonizing children in the corner like a manager. Alright, Tecmo has it.
Bob Orton is sending a message
Tecmo
back to
AZ,
other
the
men
hero
in
of the day.
dressing rooms, letting them know that
Sumter
he can't
County
wrestle
Exhibition
without
Center
the
in
belt.
Sumter, South Carolina. Thank
No doubt
you.
about it. Big
It was
John
taped the
Studd
week before.
Going to be joining us again in the very near future. And you can be looking for a confrontation.
Hang it off
with
the
him
throat.
And Baron Samedi. We heard
Bob Orton's like, I will murder this man.
he is
Right here.
in town and wants
In front of
to
all
have
of you.
Baron in. Promoters all over the North American Wrestling Association are fighting right now, trying to outbid each other.
I love the idea that it was more like an 80s thing, where like these promotions would pretend like they had multiple promoters all fighting for these big matches.
Johnson right now looking for a gas station. There's none in sight. Boy, this is a mean guy. He got a lot of.
He's looking for a gas station.
You know they say that acorns don't fall too far from a tree. Orton has him. Boy, it looked like
I thought he was going to do a jackhammer.
Lost control of him, dropped him anyway.
Well, that's the athletic ability. Lost a little
Bob
control,
Orton
but
is destroying this guy.
the way he
This
wants
is
it.
genuinely like a 0.8 on the Steiner Brothers squash scale.
That is humiliation. Trying to tell your opponent you can do with him whatever you please.
Brian doesn't deserve anything like this. And, Brian, of course,
I have no... Bob Orton, I think he wasn't flashy enough for the WWF. Like, he got big pushes in other places. Oh my... He just punched that man in the throat.
Johnson is a beaten man right now, Gene. He is a beaten man. Orton Jr. could end this match right now if he wanted to. But
Oh no!
enough punishment. Outside of the ring.
Yeah, I think we might get a Bob Orton Jr. promo here in a bit. I think I saw one skimming through.
Orton Jr.
The Baron Samedi. Again, literally a character from James Bond that looks like Papa Shango.
Just trying to help them back into the ring.
That's what that outside man can do to you.
Like,
Just
why
knowing
wasn't the
he's
throat
there,
punch the finisher?
Every time you get thrown out, there's always that possibility of injury.
Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my... Oh, okay, that was cool.
Looks like he's going for it.
Yes, sir. It looks like he's trying to.
We're like Baron's so meaty. Womp, womp, womp.
Getting up into the ring.
Yeah, this is an interesting team. I mean, if you're gonna learn the business, me and Bob Orton Jr.'s tag partners, good way to do it. Yes, Baron Samedi is the Baron Samedi character from the James Bond movies is pretty much Papa Shango. Yeah, the voodoo deity, yes.
Awesome combination this is as a tag team and obviously as individuals. And Orton, not satisfied.
So it is so weird that he stole the name here and the look in the WWF.
Johnson stunt the pile driver.
Hell yeah.
Oh my lord, the pile driver. He's got
Oh my gosh, he grabbed his balls. He hooked that man by the balls. A crotch style pile driver. Oh, Brian Johnson and his stretched out scrotum. Yeah, Brian Johnson. I don't think he can walk, but he won. That rules. Again, once again, Bob Orton Jr., quietly one of the best wrestlers in America at this point. We're getting a slow-mo of the tank grab. Also, I'm a big fan of Bob Orton bumping on his side here.
Good 9 feet up right there. Over he goes. All that body weight coming flat on the back, knocking away
right on his hip.
Goes for the cover, the count of 3, and he was declared the winner. But after
he was declared the winner. Oh yeah.
Johnson and the referee Brian Richard reversed the decision. Coming up next, we'll be talking to the newest sensation to come to the North American Wrestling Association.
There we go. Coming up next, Chris Chavis, the War Eagle.
North American Wrestling Association. The
yes, if you do not know, that is Tatanka.
The new sensation, the newcomer to the territory, Chris Chavis,
the new sensation.
Pleasure to have you on board with us.
Tatanka.
Thanks a lot, I appreciate it.
Well, I'll tell you what, you were dynamic.
Thanks a lot, I appreciate it.
The folks out here love you.
Yeah, Tatanka was pretty much fully formed. They didn't really do a lot to the gimmick when he got there other than change the name.
Wanting to see you win the strap. You're a fan favorite out here.
I really appreciate that. I'm very, very happy to be here. This is my hometown. I'm back in the area where I was born with my relatives. I'm just very, very glad to be with the North American Wrestling Alliance.
Extra pressure when the family comes out here to see you wrestle week after week?
Oh, yeah. A lot of pressure. I got to perform perfectly when they're here.
That's amazing, Cecil. The most starstruck he ever saw a human being was RJ City meeting Tatanka for the first time. That is fantastic. That's right, they did call him Chris Chavis in the first WWF vignettes.
Hey, this is my time here. I don't know what you're doing.
It looks like he's gonna cry. Oh, it's the Viper!
I've been here the last 2 weeks. I've been stuck with some guy who doesn't know what he's doing.
Shoot.
Guess what I'm going to have to start doing here is walk out here and say
I believe, looking closely, I think that's Brian Anderson. if I'm not mistaken. I think that's Ole Anderson's kid. No, that's not Ole, Gene Anderson's kid.
And I don't think you or anybody else around here has the guts to do it.
Well, I got the guts. I'll take your challenge.
I got the
now
guts.
anytime you want to.
Viper
Now,
wearing
if
a
you wanna go
80s
now, we'll go
ones
tonight.
raincoat.
So let's go.
Let's go,
For
Viper.
anyone. Yeah, I guess you just saw me wrestle. I'm really tired right now. Why don't you come back? We'll go at it next week.
I'm just tired. I mean, I don't blame him. I'm tired too.
We will be right back. We'll be right back. Don't go away.
Be right back. The big match next week. Oh, thank you, Tecmo. I'm not as right as often as you think I am. No, who put Shane Douglas in the dryer?
His opponent is from San Diego.
There we go. This pairing is weird. Vince Trelli, aka Ken Shamrock, with his manager Paul Jones of the Paul Jones Army. Imagine if Paul Jones brought Ken Shamrock in to bring down Boogie Woogie man Jimmy Valiant.
Tommy Landau, no pushover. We've seen him in action before, Gene Ligon.
Ken Shamrock was the white meat babyface of this promotion.
Good-looking kid, Vince Trelli, had an opportunity to sign with the San Diego Chargers. They invited him.
Wait, what?
Season camp. He said thanks, but no thanks. He wanted to do.
Ken Shamrock was gonna. He was a football player.
A finalist in the tough man competition.
I mean, I'm sure it's a bullshit story. But. Oh yeah, Ken Shamrock here is like Paul Roma version 1.5.
Guys cry all the time, Gene.
That's mostly a distraction, I do believe. They're trying to.
Viper is indeed Brad Anderson. Thank you, Cecil. I thought so. The eye, he has a very specific set of eyes.
Here's a guy that if he would have been a baseball player, would have been an all-star. If he'd have been a football player, he would have been an all-pro. He is a wrestler.
Jayhawk, thank you so much for the follow over on Twitch. Appreciate it. Ken Shamrock was a good junior college football player. So, of course, it's pro wrestling. That means he's going to get drafted. Gonna exaggerated about 30%.
No, I'll tell you what, Tommy Landau is definitely outclassed if he wants to wrestle classic wrestling here with Vince Trelli, because Trelli
goes to Burfordus. Ken Shamrock as Miss Atlanta Lively would be fantastic. Louise, thank you so much for the follow. Appreciate it.
Heavyweight championship.
A good duck under. Go behind.
Doc, you just blew my mind.
You heard that one and felt that one from here.
Doc over on Twitch asked, do you think Randy was at the show and saw the Viper and said, man, that's a good nickname? Frappolino, thank you for the sub. Ken Shamrock stretching out dudes. Is bringing the boys to the yard. Everybody here is just torturing the enhancement guys. I love it. So wait, the Chargers actually did offer him a tryout. Okay, thank you, Yankee
Yes,
Hawk.
sir. It's like Toyota. You ask for it, you'll get it. That's right. War Eagle trying to make a name for himself.
I'm not used to this much like actual wrestling.
Jumping on his partner after that tag team match, Mike Rex turned on him like a pit bull and wanted to
I'm amused that he's trying to hold down the other shoulder with like 2 fingers. Matt Chains, thank you so much for the follow. Appreciate it.
I don't know if the people are noticing how Vince Trelli was doing. He had a semi-headlock on his own self, using the shoulder to press down,
Right.
his own head pressing down on Tommy Landau's shoulder to help make a pin.
No doubt about that.
Oh,
That's gotta hurt.
it's like a DDT, but on the ground.
Circulation to the brain, both of blood and oxygen. What does this sugar hold here, my friend?
He's cradled him up. Almost got himself in a pinning combination on himself. That's the danger of some moves in amateur and professional wrestling. It can back.
Yeah, Paul Jones is a bit Jim Cornette-esque at ringside. Interesting. Again, weird to see him as a babyface manager.
Landau trying to bounce back, but that punch had no authority. It lacked authority. Over the top of the head, over the shoulders. Landau right now.
Shamrock's been doing like legit shoot holds for the last 3 minutes, and then this guy's
Change his strategy a little bit on Vince Trelli. He'll not out-wrestle Vince Trelli.
No, he's not. But I'll tell you what, if he wants to get roughhouse with Trelli, you can see what Trelli is all about.
Yeah, this is very weird. Ken Shamrock just
misses,
being a dude.
Trelli immediately jump on him.
Be a nice, happy baby face. Not about to get hit in the forehead from a steel chair from The Rock. Yeah, no, Ken Shamrock was a pro wrestler turned MMA fighter, not the other way around.
That's right. Paul Jones knows talent when he sees it, and that's why he's picked Vince Trelli.
Like, I believe the story is he got brought into the shoot world because he was a good-looking musclehead wrestler who they thought, oh, we can embarrass this guy. Oh my God, that's awesome.
Count of 2. Landell kicks out. Vince Trelli.
That ruled.
With John Belushi's brother, Jim Belushi.
What?
All Hollywood is interested in him.
Jim? Now we're saying that Jim Belushi is watching the NAWA. Oh, cattle mutilation from Ken Shamrock. That rules. Wow, this is so good.
Well, you can hear Landell right now in a world of pain. Ron West
yeah, Muda was doing it in 92. Muda did it at Starrcade. Actually, Muda did it at Starrcade 89. Luis asked what happened with this promotion. They were a victim of right place, wrong time. You know, the territory system was dead at this point. They had talent, but you're competing with the two big monster companies. You can't run a regional promotion at this point.
As good as he is still young and green.
That's right, Rewind, over on YouTube, yes. And Shamrock grew up in foster care. And then Bob Shamrock took him in, taught him how to fight.
Tommy Landell has definitely helped himself in this match.
Planting the knees to the back of Trelli.
Tommy Landell's like, I have this great move I'm going to do. And Ken Shamrock's like, nope, I'm just going to get up.
This is a maneuver that you see in boxing matches when one boxer wants to cut off the oxygen supply. He gets the other guy's head, tucks it down under. It's hard to breathe when that's happening. But he left himself wide open.
Grandpa Munster is the referee.
Landell reverses it. Trelli up against the ropes. Paul Jones looks a little concerned right now. Great reversal by Trelli.
There we go. That's the belly to belly we all know and love. 2, 3. That ruled. That was a great squash match. Little long, but he did some really cool things. I hope there's a Ken Shamrock Bob Orton match on here. Yeah, Ken Shamrock, I think if it were just a few years later, Ken Shamrock would have gotten a world title run when they were kind of giving the world title to more people. Yeah, Ken Shamrock and Ralph, as you said, Cecil, were both like, they should have been the guy. Association, Cowboy Bob Orton and Baron. Yeah, Matt P. Babyface Paul Jones is so weird. There we go. Bob Orton Jr. promo with his confidant.
You don't go into the ring merely to win a match. You go into the ring to hurt people.
The guy that's listed as the personal representative in his will.
That's why I do this, because hurting people is just so much fun. It just takes such a good man, you know, like myself and the Baron here, to go out there and completely annihilate and humiliate somebody right in front of all these wrestling fans. I mean, it just makes me feel so good, and people wonder, well, don't we worry about getting disqualified? Don't we worry about losing? Well, let me tell you something. Until the tournaments come up,
Charles Red is so goofy.
Wrestling Championship and the Tag Team Championship, I don't care.
Yeah, Bob's wearing some flashy stuff.
Practice some and take it out on people. Hurt people, enjoy people, and as a partner, who can beat this man?
Thank you for re-upping that sub, Matt. Appreciate it.
I've never seen anyone so
Tip of the cap.
Hey, Bob, let me tell you something. One thing I am tired of is I'm tired of hearing about Ricky Steamboat. And
I am too.
Big John Studd. They tell me you can't pick Big John Studd up at the
Wait, Big John Studd?
Let me tell you something, Daddy. The Soul Taker, the Barons of Meaning can do it.
Hell, oh my gosh, I want nothing more now to see rookie Charles Wright against Big John Studd.
And I will take you down, because me and Big Bob here are
Big
the
Bob.
men, baby. We love to hurt people, we enjoy it, and we're gonna keep on doing it.
Well, they say that if you ask for it sooner or later, you're going to get it, and I know that promoters are fighting
that
for
guy's
that
so
matchup
tiny.
between you and
Mark
Big
Webb.
John Studd, and you can bet you're going to be seeing
That is the
combination
Godfather. Yes,
soon
rewind.
on the North American Wrestling Association. Bob Orton Jr. and Baron Samedi. Right now, let us turn
What
it
is
over to the
Bob
ring for
Orton
some more exciting
doing?
action, Mr. Billy Powell.
And in this
Billy
exciting
Powell.
tag team match we're about to see,
That baby is going to be
from
wrestling.
Charlotte, North Carolina, 230 pounds, David Isley.
David Isley.
His tag team partner from
I love when him and his
Goldsboro,
brother
North
record
Carolina, 240 pounds,
William Ford, great vest.
Ford.
That baby might have been Randy Orton,
Their opponents
for all we know.
from Venice Beach, California, Colt Steele.
Colt Steele is.
And from the US
If you were to ask me to draw a what the fuck?
Ivan
I'm sorry, I was not ready for that.
Steele has offended a lot of people in his native North Carolina.
You have Colt
by saying
Steele.
that he doesn't want to be referred to as being from Rayford, North Carolina. He has shaved
That
his
just broke me.
mustache. He
That
says,
just broke me.
I'm going to Venice Beach, California.
So
with all
Colt
the
Steele,
cool
the most
people."
generic,
He's turned his back on
bleach
the people.
blonde,
Well, you know, they say
regional,
you take
beach
a man out of
bum
the country, but you take
heel.
the country out
And his
of a
partner's
man.
Ivan
Beach,
Koloff.
California, Colt Steele. Come on, Colt. Koloff into the ring with David Isley. Whoa!
I believe this whole promotion's a lethal lottery. Whoa, no, this
Running
guy.
into the Russian Bear. You know, here's a guy that doesn't care about detente, perestroika, or anything else. He doesn't like Americans. He doesn't make any bones about it. And he'll be the first to tell you that he is here to do it for Mother Russia.
That is not Tommy Rich. No, that is old Colt Steele. Hey, look. Good on Ivan for taking a backdrop from this guy that almost fell through the ropes.
Koloff in trouble, into the ring. Colt Steele.
And is throwing drop kicks at people's balls.
Barely touched the Russian Bear, who fires back with a right. And David
Very
Isley
generous
in trouble
of
right now.
Ivan. I'll let this guy do things.
Well, there's that
Colt Steele looks like Adrian Straight trying to disguise himself as USWA white meat babyface Jeff Jarrett.
I saw it coming for weeks, and now it's a reality. Colt Steele and Ivan Koloff.
The knowledge that Ivan has and the power that
Like-
Colt Steele has, an unbeatable combination seems to be.
No doubt about it.
Yeah, I don't like the
we
no
talk
knee
about
pads on
Baron
Colt
Samedi and
Steele.
Bob Orton and the Nasty Boys, and of course the
Makes him look like a
American
pervert.
Bulldogs. Let us not forget to mention
God, I
Colt
cannot-
Steele and Ivan Koloff. You know, even
If we're not doing
Colt
Kenny
Steele,
Omega with the belt, we
I
gotta
think
get
you
that
can
belt
still
on
look at
Jarrett,
those
an
eyes and see the
AEW
eyes of
belt.
Charles Manson, Gene. He's got those assassin's eyes. And
Jeff
I think
wins the
that's what
belts
attracted Koloff to him.
at Arlington Stadium.
Ivan Koloff, another expert at picking out the tough.
Oh, I think there is a porn star named Colt Steele.
There
has to be.
I don't know if you've gotten a chance to see the close-up of his forehead, but that's an alley cat. William Ford into the ring. The tag is made. And I'll tell you what, one thing that Ivan Koloff ought to remember about William Ford comes from an amateur boxing background. So
Oh yeah, Ivan Koloff needs to know all this stuff about William Port, or whatever the fuck his name is.
That'll take the ice out of the cake. Nice block by
Like,
Colt
what the
Steele,
hell do you
firing
think
away
Colt
to the
Steele
back
and
of the
Ivan
ring.
Koloff talked
Ford
about before
walking
the
in
show?
his ring thinking he was gonna go out there
You
and
think they were
fill the
reading
time,
Stephen King?
But right now it looks like he got caught up in the surf. Full body slam. William Ford landing.
Colt
square
Steele
on the
was
back of the
really
elbow to the
popular
throat.
around the Chicago
Tremendous
kids
elbow by Colt
who grew up
Steele
to be a
knocking
wrestler,
out
real punk.
William Ford.
You know, Coach Steele, for the edification of those that are watching this program.
Colt Steele died back in 2009.
And
R.I.P.
All-American
Colt
football
Steele. He was
linebacker,
working as a
guy who
plumber
had
at the
a
time.
chance to play in the National Football League, but once again, another guy who
R.I.P.
turned him down to
Colt
go to
Steele.
professional wrestling. Nice neck breaker from Ivan Koloff, the Russian Bear.
Why? The commentator started doing an Ivan Koloff voice.
William Ford could be. I mean, the fat lady ain't singing yet, but she's humming. She is humming.
The fat
kicking
lady
out
is
at the count
humming.
of two. William Ford firing away.
In
Those
fact,
punches
Luis
right
looked it
now,
up. There
landing
is a
the
porn
body.
actor named
The
Colt
tag
Steele.
is made. Colt Steele and Koloff both into the ring. Steele, boom!
Boom,
Nice
baby.
uppercut. Ford is stunned. Ford is trying everything he could do, Gene. He even tried to throw
William
a
Ford has
boot
also
there, but
lost to
no
The
avail.
Undertaker and Earthquake in
No
squash
avail whatsoever. Ivan
matches.
Koloff taking punches and
Thank you,
forces.
Techno. Imagine him going from these tapings to the WWF tapings.
William Ford is trying gamely to fight out, but so far this team has just been devastating. It's like trying to get him into the path of a freight train, a runaway freight train. David Isley right now trying to get back into the ring. Isley begging. Ford right now being
Everybody in this promotion
letting
loves
that
to
knee square
choke.
on the larynx, cutting off the air supply.
This will weaken the man. All the air being
Isley
cut off
Brothers,
already.
Air
There's nothing
Supply.
left. He talks him live. This is
What
a
a
whole
festival
lot of
you could
roll-off.
book with this lineup.
Well, I tell you, he didn't do it to give him a chance to get his breath either. He just fed him to the lions, or in this case, Colt Steel. That is a dangerous thing that youngster was doing, standing that close to the railing, Gene. We don't recommend that from the fans that come to see these matches live.
They're scolding the fans for getting too close to the heels.
William Ford needs to tag to a fresh David Isley, or this match could be over soon.
William Ford. I thought William Ford looked familiar. I think I remember Doom doing the squash match, Ghetto Street fight, to build up to the Horseman match. My rewind to answer you, my favorite era of wrestling is like 91, 92 WCW. Look a little bit after this.
Says her favorite is Ricky the Dragon Steamboat.
Good evening, Funker.
Tying him up into the rope.
Happy New Year.
You know, these guys never cease to amaze me, Gene. Never cease to amaze me. Ford realizing what was coming his way. The Russian Bear, another elbow. Oh, he landed square on the back of his head that time, Gene.
Seems to me
Yeah, it's in 2014, he's got some fun stuff. It's fever dream joy. That's how I would describe that era of TNA.
Chris Chavis. That will be next week on the North American Wrestling Association.
Oh God, Ivan's not happy.
Viper came out here looking for a little
What is he doing?
You know, getting. He said that
He's
he
like,
wanted to get
I'm
some
not
serious
going to
competition.
run.
Well, he's got some competition now in the form of War Eagle.
Why the fuck would I run for Ivan Koloff?
Double teaming on William Ford, working on that arm, twisting it, applying the pressure.
I'm a big fan of Colt Steel's singlet here.
Up for a full body slam, landing
Got the high cut on the thighs. I think he's got his name written in cursive on the back.
Right now, Ford, despite his amateur boxing career, has nothing to those punches, Gene.
That's right.
Yeah, how old was Ivan Koloff here? We need to compare how old he was to some of the active wrestlers now. I think we're getting a knee drop on the, yes, a knee elbow. Oh, nice.
I can guarantee you right now.
But of course, that's not the finish, because all of these matches have to go way too long.
He's got him in that bear hug.
Yeah, some beautiful. I like this. That's a cool. It was 47. I think AJ Styles is 46. 48, 47. That was a cool hold that he did. I like that hold. Somebody should bring that back. Ivan Koloff here is the same age Bobby Lashley is now. Oh my goodness.
Let's take a look at the instant replay on slow motion right now.
The wonders of modern medicine and technology.
Well, Ivan Koloff is picking up William Ford. He's applying a variation to the bear hug with a chicken wing, it looks like to me. Ivan, a new move for Ivan, as you
Colt
see,
still walking to the barber and demanding give him the Michael Hayes cut and not skimp on the volumizer. John Cena, who's retiring this year, is 47. Ivan might have more hair.
Because coming up next, the sensational Ricky the Dragon.
Yes, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat is wrestling here. The same Ricky Steamboat who was the World Heavyweight Champion the year before.
Pounds, Johnny Z.
What is going on? I cannot tell where the tattoos end and the hair begins.
Carolina, weighing 235 pounds, the one they call the Dragon.
Hell yeah.
Steamboat.
And listen to this crowd and the ovation that Ricky the Dragon Steamboat is going to receive. There he is.
What would this be the equivalent?
You know one thing you have to admire
like
about
if
this guy gets mobbed everywhere he goes.
Like if Kenny Omega just like quit AEW and decided I'm going to help somebody run a territory. Just like was the top babyface on an indie show for like a year. That's what this is. This is in between the 89 NWA run. Did you see that cop? Gonna beat the shit out of that woman for gravity. Yeah, this is in between the 89 run and the 91 Dragon run. I know, like, dudes leaving AEW going to MLW. Yeah, if MLW could land like an Osprey or an Omega.
You have to earn those babies, every bit of it.
There we go. Ricky Steamboat wrestling a sex predator.
And a successful gym it is, my friend. Former Mr. North
They're plugging his Colt's gym.
And a guy who took a little time out from professional wrestling.
Yes, 37-year-old Ricky Steamboat in his prime. Looks great.
He says he's 100%. He's back. He wants the belt, and he's here to prove it. He's in there against Johnny Z right now. Z has him in a headlock. Steamboat throwing him.
I guarantee you, Johnny Z got a tape of this match and shows it to showed it to everybody. There's no way he's alive now.
And then said, "Whoops, let me get the headlock." That's the sure shot right here.
It looked like he was going to go for another shoulder.
Whoa.
Got a good hold on right now.
Yes, he does. Steamboat.
I've always wanted to see Ricky Steamboat wrestle a civilian.
He does. Both wrestlers in there with a test of strength. Into the ropes they go, and the referee, Ron West, calls for the break. Clean break by Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. Great example to the youngsters of America.
That's awesome, Blue Chew.
Tells all the kids out there, you don't have to cheat.
No, you don't.
I think I remember hearing that Steamboat did this for really cheap because he really liked George Scott and wanted to help him out.
Every morning when you shave, Gene.
He was like, "Yeah, just have him plug my gym,
If you are that type of person that
and I'll work for an affordable fee."
No problem.
No problem whatsoever.
Nice shoulder to the chest. Johnny Z. Tried to leap up.
He fell on his face doing a leapfrog. Wait, this match was taped in March of that year, but the other stuff was taped in May. What?
He's got Johnny Z for another body slam. Boom.
This is insane. This
You know what? You
show.
look at this guy, and there's not an ounce of fat on him, Gene.
That's right. There's not an ounce of fat on Johnny Z.
Or
Ricky Steamboat,
but for a suplex, and he's got him up straight up in the air.
This literally seems like Ricky Steamboat wrestling a corpse.
That one hurt extra because he knew he was going to go down.
Pause for effect.
Whew.
Johnny Z was also known as Johnny Ziegler.
Got him up for a spine breaker, is it?
Shout out to his nephew, Philly Boy Roy.
Spine breaker, oh, no. I thought he had him up for a spine breaker.
Johnny Z beat Chris Kanyon at a WWF house show?
Well, I'll tell you what.
Oh, yeah, see, so you have to wrestle a literal dead person now.
Because all he's got to do is get Ricky
There are
really
plenty
mad,
of wrestlers
and
that
then he's
aren't
gonna-
using their
I
bodies
think he may
anymore.
have gotten Ricky really mad.
What? Why is Ricky Steamboat taking this bump
Out of the ring goes Ricky the
for
Dragon
that
Steamboat.
guy?
He's hurt, Gene. He took a shot
Cecil
to the
Nix
back of the
versus
head.
future London Lightning.
Yes, he did. He is blinking right now, trying to.
Yeah, just
shake
go
those
limp
cobwebs
for me
off.
for all my
Right now, he's
moves.
got that flock of birds flying around, and Johnny Z, sensing this, gets him. in
Ricky
the
Steamboat
back
is
into
the most
ring,
generous
and he's
wrestler
gonna
who's
go for
ever
the
lived.
body press, too, and Ricky the Dragon Steamboat kicks
Johnny
out.
Z must have
He didn't
such
hurt
a
his leg.
big
That might be a
adrenaline
mistake
boner
for Johnny
here.
Z. No doubt about that, because if you let this guy shake the cobwebs off and come back. Nice.
Oh,
maneuver.
Ricky hit his head.
Nice
Eee.
maneuver. I don't know who got the worst of that one, though.
And they both got hurt on that one.
Yeah, I think this is more impressive than Flair wrestling Elegante and getting a match out of it. Because Elegante can do plenty of unique spots with a giant that doesn't know what he's doing. But it takes a real talent to get a passable match and work this hard with an untrained convicted felon.
Getting Ricky the Dragon Steamboat awake.
And maybe a little bit trained.
And right now, Johnny Z
Not well trained.
knows why Ricky the Dragon Steamboat has that black belt. Onto the canvas and back for more.
Johnny
Ricky
Z
the
also
Dragon
apparently
Steamboat
did some
hurling
job
him
duty,
off the rope.
teaming with Iron Mike Sharp at 2 separate WWE tapings, losing the Strike Force and the Bushwhackers. Thank you, Brian.
That's right. Ricky Steamboat using some of his black belt karate moves, using open
Those black belt
open
karate
hand.
moves like
No problem
knife edge
whatsoever.
Back
chops.
to wrestling with a full body slam. And just like he used to do in Hawaii, diving off of those caves.
Oh gosh!
Full thrust. This
He-
one is all over. Your winner, Ricky.
That man might be dead.
Steamboat.
His head hit so hard.
You can almost see him
So hard on that mat.
Let's take a look at that beautiful maneuver one more
Oh gosh, I
time
need to
on
watch
slow
that too.
motion.
Johnny Z
I tell you, this is a
jumping the
fantastic,
Ultimate Warrior before a squash
fantastic
match.
maneuver
That sounds like a
from the man
blast.
who wants the NAWA heavyweight belt.
High off the top of the ropes, Ricky Steamboat dives crossbody, catches the man just as he turns around, knocking him to the ground for the 1-2 count.
Johnny Z's head went boom, boom,
Another one
boom.
bites the dust.
Mick Foley and Ricky Steamboat. They might have wrestled each other in WCW. I think that's the only place that it could have happened.
The Nasty Boys next.
Hell yeah, the Nasty Boys.
But I'm sure that that's not what they're here for. Knobs and Sags. the
They
Nasty
traded
Boys have just
jackets with
joined
the
me out
Viper.
here. Gentlemen, the competition is getting heavier.
I love those
More
shirts,
and
by the
more
way.
People are coming into the North American Wrestling Association.
They got a fabric
with their
marker.
eyes on the tag team
Yes, the
championship.
Nasty
Okay,
Boys.
that's enough, little man. You know what they always say? They save the best for last. So the end of the show.
What accent is he doing?
But the best.
They say
The
little
Nasty
man.
Boys, baby. The class and the flash of professional wrestling. You got shut up.
Yes, so 90 to 92 was weird because no matter what you were watching, the Nasty Boys would pop up somewhere on it. Like I was reading Al Green's Wikipedia the other day for a thing I'm doing in the future. And apparently right after they started with the WWF, the Nasty Boys just went on a tour of the Bahamas with an indie and like wrestled Al Green and Mark Laurinaitis.
You got that scumbag.
Like they were just everywhere.
Stepping into the ring. Let me tell you, he ain't no cowboy. Bob Orton is the only cowboy around this area here. Sam Houston, some jerk that bozo.
They're cutting a promo on fucking Sam Houston.
A professional wrestling, baby, and that's the way it's gonna be and stay.
Oh my
You
gosh.
wanna ask me another question? Huh? Everybody sees how beautiful we are. Look into these eyes, baby.
I've looked into your brown eye before, buddy. Somebody broke his fingers.
Shut up, you stinking rednecks! Shut up! There's a bunch of rednecks here. There's a bunch of idiots here. All of these people are idiots. We don't like nobody. But they're so jealous of us because, like I said one more time, you're looking at the best, Mr. Webb.
Well, I can certainly appreciate how they feel among themselves, about themselves.
I
can
think
only tell
they're
you to
in
join
that
us
Ultra
next
Pro
week.
Wrestling
The
game.
contracts
I
have been
think.
signed. The promoters have been successful in getting the Viper
That's the
and War
promoters.
Eagle, Chris Chavis' signature on a contract.
Does he know where the okay, there we go. He knows where the camera is
North
now.
American Wrestling Alliance. We're going to have Ricky Steamboat and a whole lot more. On behalf of my partner Gene Ligon, I'm Ted Webb saying,
Bye, Ted Webb.
everyone. We'll see you next week.
All right, so before we go into the next episode, here's what we'll be watching Tuesday on WCW Deep Cuts Live. I don't even know the name of my own show.
They Cactus headback. Cactus with a face off and all the way down the aisle.
All right, so that is Tuesday on WCW Deep Cuts Live, only on Twitch and probably like Twitter and TikTok and stuff. There we go. Another episode of the NAWA.
Oh, the Viper asked for it. The Viper's going to get it. Hello, everybody.
I don't know why it came up in the chat. Hollywood Haley J is definitely not Eminem's daughter. Definitely not.
Viper came up here and challenged War Eagle Chris
Ricky
Davis
Steamboat
to a
on
match.
commentary
He
this
said he
week.
wanted to get some competition. Little did he know that the promoters are standing right
Gene
outside
Ligon was
saying,
like,
"You
"I'm too
want it?
busy for
You
this
got it."
shit."
Forced him to sign. We're going to see a great matchup today, Ricky, as well as some other stars.
It's going to be real good this evening.
Ricky
You know
Flashdance
something, Ted? It's a pleasure to be on here with you. I was
Steamboat.
with you
He's gonna
3 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago, and I had asked you to talk to the promotion. I'd like to be on here one more time with you. I hope I can give you a hand in this 1 hour. I'd like to say hello to a lot of good wrestling fans all around the country.
Hi, Ricky.
And Margaret McDonald's from MSI Services, their daughters, lovely people, Amy and Jamie, and all the fans all
Amy
across
and
the country. And
why the fuck would you name your kids Amy and Jamie?
Well, we're gonna have some exciting action for
Yeah,
you
Ricky's
tonight.
Steamboat with an IFB in his ear.
Thank you and good
I mean, if you're gonna
evening.
have somebody say hi to all the syndicators' kids,
weighing 220
this guy
pounds,
rules.
Buddy Blondes.
Buddy
And his tag team
Blondes.
partner from Chicago, Illinois. 260
He's from Chicago, Illinois, but he's wearing like a cowboy vest. Mike Wallace. Hopefully this match doesn't go 60 minutes.
Their opponents
Buddy
in
Blondes
this
is my new
tag team
favorite.
match.
Imagine turning into the wrestling show and the announce team is Ricky Steamboat and Tony Shalhoub.
245 pounds.
Buddy Blondes, yeah. Oh shit. They're gonna get
His
killed.
partner from Watts, LA. 320 pounds.
Hey, oh my gosh, I didn't even notice the glitter pink ace on the back of his vest. Do you think Randy helped him with that? Those poor kids, Commodore Amigo, my sympathies. Bob and his confidant.
They certainly do. You know, I've wrestled Bob Orton on several occasions during the past time of my career, and he's a wrestler's wrestler. He's got a great amateur.
That's right, Ricky. He is a wrestler's wrestler. Hey, did they announce this as an Australian tag team match? That's great. I missed that.
But this Baron Samedi guy, this guy scares me, Ted. This guy scares me. Big, huge.
Bob Orton's confidant.
To everyone that they just love to hurt people.
Yeah, they're not just here to win. They're here to hurt people.
They don't care if they win or lose. They really don't.
He's Bob Orton's authorized healthcare representative if Bob is ever on life support.
Samedi, the man who's got at least $18,000 worth of tattoos on his chest and arms. Samedi, if you
That's a
look at
very
the eyes,
specific
he's got
number,
the eye of the tiger,
which means
collar and
Charles
elbow.
Wright absolutely
Trying to
told him
pull into
that.
red zone into the corner. Referee Ron West is calling.
I didn't even put that together, Cecil. One of these guys would go on to be a good friend to The Undertaker. The other would get fired for almost giving him hepatitis.
You run into a few guys like the Samedi
Oh my
character. Get on television, admit they like to hurt people. Hurt people on TV time and time again.
I love the confidence of Mike Wallace here.
What goes around comes around because I've seen
Charles
it
Wright
happen
could
over the years.
murder him at any second, for real.
Guys that were big and bad dudes, but then you hear about them down the road. And so-and-so got busted up bad, got hurt bad.
Wallace and Samedi into the corner. Referee calling.
Buddy Blondes is in the corner, like, appears as if he doesn't know this is a worked match, reacting like the fans.
Coming from a wrestling family background, his father Bob Orton Sr., and then tag teaming with a character like Samedi. It's a weird combination.
Samedi, who grew up in the Watts section of Los Angeles, Ricky, and grew up an angry young man, and he's never forgotten. They say that you could tell the banker from the bank robber by the time they're 6 years of age, and this kid's juvenile police record is something that, there's no surprise.
Mike Wallace is like, I don't know, this guy's big.
Making deposits, he's making withdrawals.
You got it.
That's it.
Bob Orton is having so much fun.
Midsection, and Wallace gets the full thrust of that 300 pounds coming down.
There is no way he is
Samedi looking at
sober
Orton. Look
right
at the
now.
smiles. They like this.
You gotta be on
Would
your
there
game
be
at all times.
alcohol or the herbs?
Nice elbow to the throat, Samedi.
Hey, Rudrick. Yes, I'm glad I didn't smash my computer too.
Coming to the ring. Going back to work on Mike Wallace right now.
I don't even like the boots that Samedi's wearing.
No,
Nawa does sound like a political group, yes.
I'll tell you what, those are not standard wrestling boots.
They don't look it to me.
Could you imagine these weirdos running a political party? All right, body press in the corner.
Right on the chest, and Baron Samedi smiling, enjoying his day's work at the office.
Bob Orton's arm healed, rewind.
Bob Orton making the
It is
tag.
finally healed in the year 1990.
And Orton says, let me out. Boom! Right across the face.
Mike Wallace had no clue how to sell that. He wanted to bump because there was a 300-pound man right behind him.
Feel across the ring, coming down, adding his own body.
I could see that, Mikey. Mike Wallace looking like Wish Dean Malenko.
Wrestling
A
background.
little bit,
Grab a
yeah.
hold. They say you control the head, the body will follow.
That's true. Squeeze the head and the body will go out.
Oh, I'm so excited for Buddy Blondes' big tag here. You know it's coming.
Pressure on the throat which cuts off the amount of circulation of blood and oxygen going to the brain. That's true. And he who does not have oxygen in the coco does not think straight. Mike Wallace right now in trouble. Samiti making the tag, entering the ring.
Hey, yeah, this referee's great.
Samiti is well in place. This is a fluid team.
Referee Grandpa Munster. Hey, why don't you get out of here, you bum?
Almost intentionally, like, here, tag out with your body. I want some of him.
Why won't he tag out?
Straight to the chest. Wallace right now would do well to make the
Charles
tag.
Wright doing the I got till 5.
And he does make the tag.
Fuck, I just blown out of here.
In the white trunks, blue trim,
Stop hitting me. There we go, Buddy Blondes. Every lockup in this promotion ends with an awkward knee to the midsection. Because one of the two involved doesn't understand what the other one is calling.
And Blondes is holding that back right now. He's stunned. Look at Samiti. Look at that look. Look at that look.
Ah.
What he's doing.
Rear naked choke.
Being applied, and those wristbands.
Not so much a chin lock.
To get into the ring with those wristbands right now. He's using that as a weapon, Ricky. It looks like it could
Sweet wrist gauntlets on Charles Wright. Baron Samiti. Baron's so sweaty.
I'd like to see the organization, the North American
Oh, Buddy's boots are coming loose.
And outlaw this type of garb going into the ring.
Hey, I understand, Ted, that there's going to be a wrestling tag team tournament.
That is what we have been told, Ricky.
As opposed to what, Ricky? A football tag team tournament?
Running for the championship, don't you think?
No doubt about it. No doubt about it. In fact,
there you go.
Bob Orton alluded to that last week, saying that they don't really care about these matches, whether they win or lose. They said when the tournament starts and the straps are on the line, then they'll concentrate on winning matches. Right now,
well, I'll tell you something, Ted. These matches right now could be a warm-up, a tune-up for these two guys, Orton and Samiti. And
Bob.
strike job to everybody else that's watching. And they're getting up telling everybody on television. They don't care if they get disqualified.
Buddy Blondes is done. Is Bob Orton going to do a tornado DDT? Holy shit. Nope. That's even cooler.
right now, all they're trying to do is send a message. And
The Dick Murdoch calf branding.
That foot up on the ropes, referee.
But seriously, Bob Orton's like, I'm going to invent the tornado DDT right now. Fuck you all. Here we go, Cravat.
Trying to snap, no, he's
putting a twist on the head, going back to trying to cut off the blood and oxygen supply to the head, squeezing around the neck.
And the tag is made with
Buddy Blondes' trunks look like a crossword puzzle.
It looks like to me that maybe he's got to get in the gym and work out a little bit and put on a few
I have not done Nelson Royals Atlantic Coast Wrestling. I might in the future. Oh, jeez.
The size and the experience and the weight.
So far, I've kind of just stuck to like 1990 and after, but there might be some fun stuff out of the weirdo territory outlaw groups.
On the side of the face, Buddy Blondes, and he's taunting him. Get up, get up. Got him up for that.
Get up, get up.
That's, would you call this like a side suplex?
Exactly.
Side suplex, hooking that.
Side suplex. God, he is such a fucking mark for Golden 47.
Orton saying, make the tag. I want to be the guy that goes into the kill.
Right there, 1, 2, 3, end of the match.
See, Ricky, this is
yeah, the headhunters in the NWA World Tag Title Tournament were Larry Santo and somebody, I believe.
Popping him in the forehead once. Back up there, grabbing the trunks. I want you to notice how high up Orton lifts.
There we go, suplex. Oh, his balls almost came up. Almost a jackhammer.
1, 2, 3. Buddy Blondes is a
Yeah, middle. Bob Cook and Joe Cruz. Okay, Bob Cook, one of the all-time great enhancement guys. Hell of a punch. I thought one of them was Larry Santo, but that makes sense. Joe Cruz, Bob Cook looked like him.
Orton would just pick them up by the hair.
Let's look at it on instant replay, Ricky. Slow motion.
Well, you're standing up on the second rope, which is about 4 feet higher than you normally would be. Lifting man way up over the air.
At least Ricky Steamboat's honest about the ropes. Most commentators be like, he's 7 feet in the air. Ricky's like, hey, he's about like 3 or 4 feet up.
For the count of 3.
No doubt, because
I don't know if I could sit here and tolerate it.
This did not have to go any further than that.
Randy had to have wrestled the Godfather in like 2002. That like SmackDown run where he did the Ozone. There we go, the big grudge match. Brad Anderson, the Viper. with his Delta Burke raincoat.
His opponent from Lumberton, North Carolina, 272 pounds, the War Eagle.
There we go.
Chavis.
According to the cage match, the last Joe Cook match recorded was a WCW match where he teamed with David Young. Yeah, David Young was an enhancement guy for WCW in like 94, 95.
You're seeing him in action. He made his debut on the North American Wrestling Association. Ricky Steamboat. This guy looks like he's got stardom in front of him. He's a big
Here we go, Chris Chavis. There's always one guy in all of these territories we watch. It's like, that guy's going to get signed.
Viper making the challenge here last week. He's going to have his
And unsurprisingly, that one is Chris
Chavis. On
Chavis.
his partner Mike Rex last week on the show, much to the chagrin of the fans watching the show here. And you know,
The Viper went to the seam. Hey, can I get some like shoulder pads, like the Road Warriors? And she gave him shoulder pads, like designing women. Yes,
I guess that the promoter said, okay, this would be a great matchup, and had the contracts ready before the show
Hey,
was
Anthony
over.
Palumbo, thank you for the super chats over on YouTube. I love I'm Your Man by Roddy Piper. I have not, mostly because since it was on a Nitro, it gets copyright struck. So, because WWE believes they own it.
International experience. People have seen
You know, I love I'm Your Man. What a weird song.
Want to test strength? Not with War Eagle, you don't.
Well, I'll tell you something, Ted. This is not a bad idea.
Hey, Ken Terminated DQ. Give you a shout out earlier for being a member of the channel. Give you another one now.
You see how strong he really is.
Oh yeah, Chris Chavis and Vince Trelli absolutely teamed up.
After watching the holes that he applied from time to time, including that python. We've seen him apply the python to several people, and that's something.
Hey, Mad Chain. So Chris Chavis, better known as Tatanka, is wrestling the Viper, better known as Brad Anderson, Gene Anderson's son. Rudrick, this is South Carolina.
And you're right about it. I believe it originating in
Got Ricky Steamboat on commentary, because why the hell not?
The fantastic Toro Tanaka, Professor Tanaka, who utilized that hole years ago.
Into
the turnbuckle goes
why are the commentators rambling about Toru Tanaka? Yeah, arm drags. God, who gets more excited for arm drags, this commentator or Mike Quackenbush? Shit.
You know something, Ted? It shows a little bit of experience is lacking right there. In the
I love the Cursive Viper on the front of that singlet.
Yes, you do.
No worries, Luis. Hey, I've had plenty of technical problems tonight myself.
That's a fact from a man that applies that arm drag takedown better than anyone I've ever seen, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat.
Oh, I thought he was going to say that Chris Chavis did a better arm drag. I'm like, oh. Ken Terminated, thank you for the super chat. No problem, my friend. Thank you for all the support.
Pressure to Viper. This is a big kid, War Eagle. Look at those shoulders, Ricky.
Look at the size of the legs.
Awesome. Yes. There's a lot of speculation.
NWA TNA Man 22 just subscribed. I'm going to credit you, Cecil, for mentioning 2003 TNA. Thank you.
No, I don't. You know, I try to look at them.
Also, really uncomfortable with the war chants from the audience. I know it's 1990.
You travel to all four corners of the world and back. Now he's trying to shake the cobwebs off.
New Zealand, Europe, Canada many times, Japan.
I think you've intimidated everybody, Tecmo.
I did my taxes one time.
With yours. You just set the bar so high. Again, anybody at the Armstrong Bingo tier on YouTube, you have the right to suggest a future episode of Off the Grid. Just, again, try not to make it something that'll give me a copyright strike, like nothing from WWE or AEW or anything.
Everybody has their own style. You learn to appreciate the good old US of A, though, my friend.
Oh, it's nice to get back.
Firing away with the right to the head, and War Eagle is down. Byron Richard cautioning the Viper.
Yeah, no apartment wrestling.
Wasting no time and following up on those with some boots to the head, but War Eagle trying to come back. Trying to turn the time.
The thing with mystery wrestling Off the Grid is Uno and his partners are already kind of doing what I do.
Good wrestling ability as well.
Going back to that arm, working on that arm.
That is the strategy. Find one part that you consider the weak minnow and chase it. And he is chasing it now. Firing away on the shoulder and forearm.
Mel Mascaras. Yes, KP, this is what George Scott and Paul Jones did when they got fired from WCW. They put Brad Anderson under a weird snake pervert mask.
He's taking some punishment today.
And the bottom man is continually burning.
This has to be somebody's fetish.
No doubt, yes. No doubt. Dual purpose, stepping on that arm right now, coming down on the back of that shoulder, planting those big sizes. Well, you know, I was talking with Big John Studd a couple of months, well, it was about a month ago, and he was telling me that he lost his bursal sack on a maneuver like that. He said that he suffered a great.
Yeah, that'd be a great idea. Uno should totally do that. Chikara shows probably not on YouTube because I have. If I know anything about Mike Quackenbush, he's probably got all of his library kayfabe uploaded to do copyright strikes.
Most of the time, the guys run around the birthday suit.
Smoky Mountain, it's all over YouTube, but WWE claims the monetization for all of it. Intermitted, yes, George Scott was the booker. And yes, last man, George Scott hired the Iron Sheik. And the management forgot to fire him. So he just floated over. And then they brought him back in late 1990 because they realized, oh shit, we didn't fire him. And they sent him home immediately because he was so terrible. We could probably do Herb Abrams UWF.
Anytime that you get on the wrong side of an Indian,
I'm pretty sure that's fair game.
You're in trouble. He not only could get a scalp, but a mask here this evening. I tell you, the folks on hand and those watching at home.
Didn't George Scott have dementia? I have no idea. Hell yeah, Grunion.
What makes a wrestler wear a mask, Ricky?
you know something?
Like, my preference for Off the Grid is like something that's like the group like puts an effort into producing. Like, I like the Muppet Show spirit of an indie wrestling TV show. But yeah, like, if you really want us to watch some weird ass public access indie with one camera set up, that's your choice. We'll do it.
Nice chop, tomahawk chop, catching him coming off the ropes.
But I can't see that. You know,
But yeah, to put in your request, either go to the Discord or oh shit, he just randomly took Brad Anderson's mask off. Go to the Discord or email me notthattomgreen@gmail.com. I don't. And what's the point of them unmasking? If the commentator's like, I have no idea who that guy is. I do think it's funny to do a big unmasking and everyone's like, who the fuck is that?
He has chopped him again. I wish we could get a close-up on that face there. How about Brad Anderson?
Okay, now they know who he is. Brad Anderson.
Would you know who his father is? I would say
Absolutely, Grunion. Yes, drop a YouTube link in the Discord.
My Lord, I'll tell you what. We knew that this kid had some wrestling in his background.
Dean Anderson, part of the Wrecking Crew.
Part of the Wrecking Crew. The famous Anderson.
Yeah, Mike Davis was a lot of fun. Look at that mullet. It's a very undercover mullet. Like, it doesn't look like it's there, and then he shakes out his head. It's like flowing. It's beautiful. Yes, Brad was Zan Panzer from Europe in WCW. It's like, fuck this match. Is he like female?
You know something that looks as though that the Indian did get
Female! Oh shit, Pro Wrestling Iron would be a blast, bro. Oh my god, WCW is the fucking worst. You know what you're talking about, Bootleg Godzilla. It's the fucking worst.
The War Eagle right now, being on the warpath, doing his war dance, got Brad Anderson, that's who we found out to be, by the head, big tomahawk chop to the back of the head.
Atomic chop. Somebody could, if you could link the Discord in the Twitch chat. It's tinyurl.com/discord for Tom Green. But if somebody could type the URL in the Twitch chat, much appreciated. Yes, random unmasking.
I tell you, that's as pretty as you're going to see as far as tomahawk chocks are concerned. And that it is, the winner of the match.
Interview with Cowboy Bob Orton, hell yes.
Cowboy Bob Orton and Baron
Don't get weird.
I will. This is the North American Wrestling Association.
What if Ricky Steamboat interviewed him?
Professional wrestling, the main object is to win. I've got two fellas here with me right now who have expressed already that winning is secondary.
Memphis stuff is weird because WWE did some of it even though they don't own it. It's bizarre.
Frankly, myself, was the fact that Baron Samedi had Buddy Blondes beaten, and you begged him not to pin him, that you wanted the joy of going in there. And, you know, this goes beyond the bounds of tolerability here.
You can tell it's his confidant because he's rubbing his shoulders, like a confidant does.
I know there's a lot of people out there, all you Southern hicks sit around. You've got to get up in the morning and go to work.
I have heard of the Kill City Cup, that like film produced, like superhero-esque tournament. El Jabroni, I believe that is it, yes.
Making people look really, really bad. Now let me ask you a question, short stuff.
Baron Samedi is a figure in voodoo practice, but he was not a voodoo guy in this company.
Well, I don't have to think long to tell you that I think the American Bulldogs are a great combination. Bo Reagan and Sam Houston.
Bo Reagan. Mark Holloway is not on this show, kid. No.
I think that would be a workable combination.
Bob Orton Jr. is younger than Kenny Omega.
They'd be right here.
Here, thank you, Kyle.
The fact of the matter is they're not. Because who wants to step in the ring with this much talent and this much devastation? I got one thing to say, Big John Studd. You've been running around and fucking me way too long.
Did Big John Studd ever work for these guys, or is he just like cutting promos to cut promos?
You roll flat on your back, right there, baby.
Is that tattoo blacked out? Are you the first guy with a blacked out tattoo? Like, I know that's like a big thing now.
Bob Orton Jr. and Baron Samedi right now. Let's go back to the ring for more action.
God, Bob Orton is the best. The Iron Man and Butch Malone. Oh gosh. More American Bulldogs.
And from parts unknown.
Oh yes, congratulations, Brian. Posthumously.
The other part of this 480-pound combination is from Columbia,
Why did you say it like that? Iron Man, and the other part of this 480-pound combination is Butch Malone. What? Also, he seemed kind of like disgusted. These fucks weigh 480 pounds? No way.
Certainly one of the top contenders for that North American
yeah, we're Bulldogs. Again, these guys don't look like the Pitbulls at all.
And I've been around the different federations. They remind me of the British Bulldogs. No doubt. Davey Boy Smith and Dynamite Kid.
Just spell it out for everybody, Ricky.
Are very similar, and the wrestling style also.
Collar and elbow, Butch Malone in the ring right now against the Bulldogs.
Brad Armstrong comes out as Buzzkill. You know, he reminds me of the Road Dogg.
Reversal. Bulldogs, boy, I tell you, they are fluid. They are
I love that. Thank you, Ricky, for blunt honesty.
Oh, they were in New Zealand. They were in Australia.
Butch Malone with a sweet-ass rat tail. Not even a rat. It's like halfway between a rat tail and a mullet. Here's the Iron Man, who...
I've been on many tours, and I'll tell you,
he's an Iron Man, so am I.
Being away from home, being away from family.
Which Pitbull's the Dynamite Kid of the team? Hopefully neither of them. This is not Perry Saturn and John Curtis, no.
Over there for a reason, and that is to pick up more wrestling knowledge.
No doubt about it. It's part of the dues paying process.
Thank you, Brenticus. Appreciate it. tinyurl.com/discord for Tom Green if you would like to suggest. If you are a member of the Armstrong Bingo tier on YouTube, I will check. honor system, I will check, and you would like to suggest a future episode of Off the Grid as part of your Armstrong Bingo benefits, you can do so on the Discord, or if you just want to come hang out and chat. Referee Grandpa Munster.
Iron Man in pain right now. Bulldog applying the pressure. Oh, nice drive to the midsection. Iron Man firing away, spun him around completely.
Iron Man looks bizarre, but he might be the best enhancement guy so far. Why?
Great twist.
These guys are like, we got a spot we need to get in. They leapfrog the other guy. We do hopscotch.
That's what I heard too, that they have some vicious workouts with each other.
I jump over my partner and then I drop my balls on you. It is great.
Nice elbow to the side of the head.
Windborne ideas. It had to be the most effective, non-effective move I've seen in years. Eastern Championship Wrestling started 2 years after this. Yeah, also, I've seen a couple of comments. This is not the same NAWA that we watched a few months ago. This is a different NAWA. That makes me upset that the show ended with a dark match between Bob Orton and Ricky Steamboat that goes 30 minutes. Of course they didn't tape it. Why wouldn't you tape that?
Nice drop kick. Great work by the American Bulldogs. Hooking the leg. 1-2.
Like, I'm sure it's not even like good. I'm sure it's just Bob Orton fucking around trying to make Ricky Steamboat laugh. That's still great. This is another match from March.
You can do anything to slow your opponent down.
I always love when the babyfaces apply a good hot chin lock. Get the fans all riled up.
Well, he would try to slide his hand up to underneath the arm.
Off the rope comes Butch Malone.
What? Why? Why? Butch Malone wrestles. That was great.
They are in trouble right now, Mr. Steamboat. Nice leg dive.
You can do a DDT, but you can't keep a hold of you doing a wrist lock.
Must have heard you, Ricky. Got him into that roll.
Hey, Kyle. I cannot do Smoky Mountain because I cannot live stream stuff that WWE owns, unfortunately. I learned my lesson through Global last year. YouTube almost took away my channel.
Seems to be an epidemic. Everybody likes to talk.
I'm gonna rub your shoulders real good. Oh, does that feel good?
The highest form of flattery, and if they've seen you use it and be successful with it,
oh gosh.
Here comes that shoulder buster that we've seen, the double shoulder.
Oh, okay. That was a lot safer than I thought it'd be. But does American Bulldog #1 have racing stripes on one side of his head? He might. It's the era where you get weird shit shaved in your head.
Not many people walk away from a shoulder buster, much less a double shoulder buster.
Again with this chin lock. These fans are loving it.
Never have. Reminiscent of a move that was done by a great Olympian by the name of Bob Roop many years ago. Bob Roop utilized the shoulder buster.
Kyle, so I can upload WCW stuff, I just cannot monetize it, but I also can't live stream it. Oh gosh, he fell down. Like anything that I cannot monetize, YouTube will not allow me to live stream.
Butch Malone is in trouble, but you know, the guy's got great stats.
Like, I can stream WCW stuff on Twitch because Twitch does not give a shit. We streamed Ready to Rumble on Twitch one night, and Twitch was like, whatever. But YouTube will, like, take away my channel if I try to live stream WWE-owned content. But I can do VODs of it any day, all day. Absolutely.
Living in Miami, Florida right now, out of wrestling several years after suffering a severe, not only career-threatening, but life-threatening neck injury.
Oh!
That is reminiscent of what a linebacker does at the goal line, stopping that.
And you know, those linebackers that jump over the top rope? I could probably do Portland if somebody wanted to suggest it. Twitch is wild. Like, you could stream Raw and SmackDown live on Twitch. Like, it's ridiculous.
tag. Ricky, let's take a look at this on slow motion instant replay. Describe the action.
Tags his partner, throws the opponent off.
There we go. This thing again. And he gets his fist out here. Bam! Right in the jaw. Just a big fuck you.
The rest is good night.
I was like, are the Pitbulls the only guy, or the Bulldogs the only guys that have music in this promotion? Coming up, interview with Ivan Koloff and Colt Steele. So it was not just the one-time thing. They're regular partners.
Who were upset at the comments that you, Coach Steele, made, saying that you wanted to disassociate yourself with the great state of North Carolina.
Oh shit, is he gonna become a Russian?
Trying to worry about me, what I want to do, telling me that
This guy totally from California.
Venice Beach, California. I'll show Steamboat what kind of man I
Oh, Gene Ligon's in the ring getting ready to wrestle. Alright.
show you what I can do. And furthermore, as far as being from North Carolina,
He looks older than Ivan Koloff.
down there, I want to go somewhere and learn how to be a real man. People in South Carolina don't
Go to
deserve me.
Russia.
You understand that?
Well, sir, that is, of course, a subject of debate. Obviously, the influence of Ivan Koloff in your life has been really noticeable. There is a difference.
Yeah, totally noticeable. Can you tell?
And frankly, a lot of folks are concerned about.
He looks like Ivan Koloff's dad.
Wants to find out what kind of man I am. Just let him get in the ring with me. I'll show him.
Russian Bear Koloff.
Everybody knows
How did he...
throughout the world.
What the hell's going on with Ivan's beard? I didn't notice that. Like a rectangle shaped into it.
In the southern part of the United States, people know what they are. And Colt Steele knows that he's a higher class man, and he chooses to wear
On both sides? He walked through life like that.
happening in North American Association.
Colt Steele looks like he's lost.
And we're happy to hear this because there's a lot of
It's like he went to go wax his beard and the first one hurt too much. It's like, stop. He had to donate part of his beard to a Russian who needed it. Communism. Yes.
There is one way to find out, and that is through a tournament.
So apparently they never teamed again? Thank you, Cecil. Of course they never teamed again.
We're going to prove we have now.
Well, another form of perestroika and glass.
Ubu grip? So Gene Ligon, the commentator, is one of the enhancement guys. Awesome. Jerry Price, I've heard of him.
His partner from Salisbury, North Carolina, 235 pounds, Gene Ligon.
Yeah.
Their opponents from New York City, weighing 600 pounds of combined weight. These are
The Nasty Boys. Again, love the homemade shirts. They got a fabric marker. Wait, so Sags has an actual Nasty Boy shirt. Knobs just took a fabric marker. It was like, Gene Ligon was 40. Thank you, Az. Gene Ligon was 40 years old. Also, that child tried to punch Jerry Sags in the balls on the apron.
No doubt. They have the New York State, New York City attitude. They have the New York State.
Yeah, the New York State, New York City attitude.
They are obnoxious.
Gene Ligon, longtime journeyman. It's weird that he was like the commentator for this company, but he's also an enhancement guy. It'd be like if Corey Graves also like did job work on Main Event.
He suffered an injury a couple of weeks ago, and to show you how tough the guy is, refuses to sit it out. I mean, he's in there with a broken finger and still wreaking havoc on opponents. You got to give him that much.
No, you do. You got to give him that much.
I mean, these guys don't call in sick to work, I'll tell you.
They don't call in sick to work.
Oh. Nice maneuver by Gene Ligon.
Blocked it. Good.
Go, Coach. That's my partner, Gene Ligon. All right.
Showing some stuff tonight.
See, if I were a Little League Daddy, I'd be saying, that's
Little League Daddy.
Ligon is a
Colt Steele was 33 years old.
With a great amateur background, Ricky. Tag is made. Nasty Boys work great as a team, Rick. Ooh, that hurt the shoulder.
Also, shout out to everybody that's jumped in the Discord tonight. I saw all those notifications. Hell yeah. Glad to have you all there.
Man, that'll jar the brains.
Tell me about
That'll jar the brains.
That will certainly make you aware of the fact that you are in pain. A nice headbutt
Right to the tum-tum.
to the midsection. He's got Ligon up for a body slam. Tag is made. The Nasty Boys.
Oh. That is a wonderful sell for a missed leg drop. This match was also taped in March.
No doubt Jerry Price in and out of the ring.
Do not Google Little League Daddy. Did Colt Steel star in it? That fan was punching Jerry Price in the head. Why?
I'll tell you what, Jerry Price took a licking outside of the ring.
All those kids and not a parent in sight.
Byron Richard trying to restore order right now. While Ligon is being tossed out of the ring by Byron Richard, the Nasty Boys have double-teamed Jerry Price and continue to administer punishment in that corner. Boom! Double slam into the turnbuckle.
I'm genuinely surprised this ring has tag ropes. I don't know why I wouldn't think they would have tag ropes, but it genuinely surprised me.
Samedi and Orton.
All of those are Gene Ligon's kids. Hey, look! Jerry Sags jumped on the elbow.
2 and 3.
There we go. Jerry Sags actually putting in the effort.
Spitting on his opponent after pinning him.
He spit on his opponent after pinning him. Of course he did.
Mean and a pretty good little tag team combination. In slow motion, it's the replay. Let's look at it, Ricky.
Big power slam. Boom, 300 plus pounds. I guess the combination is the 600 pounds or better.
No doubt about it.
One more here for the...
Elbow.
Okay, I lied. He did not jump. It looked like he jumped. He did not jump.
Knocking the wind out of you. Look at the hand across the mouth.
And across the mouth. Coming up next interview. Bo Reagan, Vince Trelli, and Sam Houston against Dan Grundy and the Ring Lords. Holy shit.
Don't go away. This is the NAWA.
A 6-man tag team match.
Hell yeah.
Tag team match.
So if you don't know the Ring Lords, Dan Grundy's huge. The Ring Lords were longtime WCW enhancement guys. They would go on to be Magnum Force after the Dream Warriors were the original Magnum Force and completely fucked up their tryout match. The Ring Lords are like if Jimmy Garvin was both Freebirds. Against this weird-ass team. Bo Reagan, Sam Houston, and Kid Shamrock. Also, if your fucking shoot name is Kid Shamrock, why do you need a fake wrestling name?
This is going to really bring the house down, Ricky. A 6-man Australian tag team match.
Sam Houston has many DUIs. He would just move. He hasn't gotten 50 yet. The original Magnum Force was so bad that they just switched them to being the Ring Lords. But they still aired the shitty Magnum Force tryout match. Look at those matching white tights. That is Ken Shamrock. Yes, Ken Terminated, yes. Rick Grundy is like a full-grown adult. Look at Kid Shamrock. Come on, yeah!
You need 2 referees. This could very well turn into a mini battle royal. All the guys in the ring, and it could just break loose.
Thank you, Hez. Bo Reagan, team with Brickhouse Brown as the Breakdancers in Mid-South Wrestling. Nothing, no commentary there from old Bill Watts.
Down on one knee, one of the Ring Lords. against Bo Reagan, and Bo knows wrestling, Rick.
I've looked
Say
at this
all knows wrestling.
very impressive.
Great amateur career. Great amateur career. Fine, outstanding amateur wrestler.
Hey, Orion.
Before coming to North Carolina. You know,
The funny thing about the North American Wrestling Association is they're one of the few wrestling companies to ever change their name to a more regional thing. They would go from being the North American Wrestling Association to South Atlantic Pro Wrestling. They like scaled it back a bit. Normally you go from being like the Bumble Fumble Wrestling Federation to being World Mega Wrestling. Oh shit, he like legit tripped. That ruled. Holy shit, he just invented the Rough Rider. Bo Reagan just did the Rough Rider. That was awesome.
Reagan landing on the back of his head, could be hurt. Tag has made the other ring lord, Rick Slaggy, into the ring now. Coming down, full tilt boogie.
Oh, we need to watch that match on the later stream. Ranger Ross and Ken Shamrock against the White Knights and this Grundy fella.
Slaggy lands on that elbow, and the tag is made with Sam Houston. Boom! The bionic elbow to the top of the head. A nice twist. Applying the pressure. Now, this guy's a bundle of energy.
A little nostalgia for you, Ted. Who is Sam Houston's father?
Who is Sam Houston's father?
He comes from a wrestling family also.
Tell me who Sam
Ricky Steamboat's like, yeah, I dare you to say Grizzly Smith's name.
I love it.
Yeah.
These second-generation grapplers are something to behold.
Oh, yeah.
Who was his brother?
Oh, who is his brother?
Little wrestling
Smart asses.
Right. What do I win? Sam Houston in the ring against Speedy Gonzalez.
Moms and pops.
That's right, this dude's wrestling name was Speedy Gonzalez.
Testing each other for leverage and balance. Nice arm drag takedown. Trying to charge again. This time it's reverse. Houston with an arm drag takedown. And yet another one. Another arm drag takedown. And now we've got a little Donnybrook brewing here.
Everybody wants a piece of action. Oh, boy.
Look at Sam Houston go.
I'll tell you what, he just cleared the ring single-handedly.
Yeah! I arm dragged everybody.
Boy, that guy worked like an oil XL vacuum cleaner.
We're like, shit, we got arm dragged.
That's true, too. You know, if I was Sam Houston, you know what I'd do right now?
What's that?
Tag out and get a breather.
Yeah.
That's touring the Carolinas. They also high school gyms through Georgia, Mississippi, and Virginia.
Hey, I'd go down
I think Grizzly Smith popped up on Deep Cuts Live before. And yes, see, so he absolutely would have done the spot where he accidentally arm dragged the referee and his partners. Then the referee would have arm dragged everybody.
Sam Houston makes the tag with Vince Trelli. Trelli into the ring, firing away. You know, this is a good-looking Italian wrestler.
So weird to see Kid Shamrock doing a standard wrist lock.
They're going to be filming in North Carolina. Isn't that something? Isn't that something? Hollywood come knocking. Trelli with a great amateur background.
Also doing a kind of shitty cross arm breaker.
Applying the pressure right now.
What's happening here? The referee's got his hands full.
Yeah, Sam Houston wrestled everywhere because he would get arrested in a state and then move to like a state across the country, get work there, get arrested, and then move back across the country to another state.
Trelli landed hard on that side of that leg in his lower back.
I've seen Trelli give a lot of those.
Yes, he has.
He is a good-looking Italian wrestler. Vince Trelli, yay!
Got to hook those arms.
He was able to hang on to the ropes and kick out of that. Up for a body.
Yes, kid. Kid Shamrock's very all Roma pill.
It's Vince Trelli. Trelli into the ropes.
Roddy into the ropes.
If we'd have been punting, that one would have been high end over end 48 yards downfield.
Tag out.
Trelli making the tag. Sam Houston into the ring against Grundy. Firing away. Into the ropes. Boom, another right. Houston now bringing him over to his corner. Reversal by Grundy.
Yes, the old body slam into the 69.
Boom.
Great southern wrestling spot.
No, he's not. He made a tag
A battle royal. It'd be great if they just changed the rules in the middle of the match.
This is like a machine. Throw them all together. Go ahead, guys. All right. I can tell you. Boom. Trelli, hand down, referee.
2, 3. Grandpa Monster counts the pin. Oh yeah, we almost watched South Atlantic, but I thought we should watch some NAWA first. We'll watch some South Atlantic later this year. Absolutely. Whoa, yeah. Get Shamrock so excited.
All 6 men in the ring. Pounding and wailing away. Throw them all together.
Team Bulge.
Let's see if they do a do-si-do. No, they just all collide.
There's more I think Sam Houston has more recorded DUIs. Hey Gary Chumley over on YouTube. I hope you're doing well too. Beautiful suplex. Kid Shamrock. I love that that's the one thing he kept in like all of his runs. Interview with the American Bulldogs and the War. What? Why are we just shoving everybody into the same interview? Actually, I think that is it for this episode. Yes. Whoever recorded it just stopped it there. So we don't get to see that interview. But hey, for those of you who are Erotic Eric Fontaine and Armstrong Bingo members over on YouTube, this coming Sunday, 8 p.m., we're going to do our monthly Not Quite Wrestling members only stream. And here's what we'll be watching.
Я сын американского дипломата. Я родился и вырос в Японии. В Японии я изучил искусство ниндзюцу. Я пришел сюда бросить вызов.
All right, so we're stepping back into the fight zone. Some of you might remember we watched some Fight Zone last year. The fake MMA promotion. Somebody sent me, and if it's one of you guys in the chat tonight, I'll apologize. It's been a year, I believe. But somebody sent me some more Fight Zone, and it's... For some reason, it's got Russian dubs.
Mr. All-America, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat's going to be in action tonight. You know an awful lot about Ricky. What can you say about him that hasn't been said?
There's not much you can say. A man's got all the package. He's got wrestling ability, strength, size. He's got quickness. He's got everything.
Got all the packages.
He's got the careful eye of Cowboy Bob Orton. And
if I can connect it to Twitch subs, I absolutely would.
Dragon Steamboat, because as well as the tag team combination tournament, we're also
but I'm not smart enough to do that. Possibly in the future.
In the very near future, and of course, if they can beat Ricky, it serves also as a psychological ploy to let Ricky know that they can't beat him. So we're in for one great, exciting night of action. Stick with us right now. Let's turn it over to our ring announcer, Fabian.
That is not functionality that exists on Switch. I didn't think so.
This next match
yeah, it's a YouTube exclusive stream.
Tag team action. In the ring at this time, weighing 225 pounds from West Palm Beach, Florida, Jerry
New ring announcer. Oh, hell yeah. This guy is one of my favorite wrestlers. The Rose, Jerry Bubba Rose. Rick Saligi? Rick Saligi in The Rose, Jerry Bubba Rose.
And now making their way to the ring, weighing a combined 550 pounds, here are Rex and Spike, the American
Hell yeah. American Bulldogs against Rick Saligi in The Rose, Jerry Bubba Rose. The Roseburg, Jerry Bubba Rose did a few WCW tapings. He is the most brothered out wrestler. Okay, that is definitely Gary Wolf. I have no idea who the fuck the other guy is.
A very confident team, a lot of quickness, a lot of size. When you can get quickness and size together.
I think we do have one pit bull.
No doubt about it. The referee for this event will be Byron Richards, and he's trying to get all of the combatants organized right now so that we can ring the bell.
Rick Saligi is one half of the Ring Lords. Okay. Branching out.
And we are underway. Rick Slagle into the ring.
Yeah, Fight Zone. The Fight Zone off the grid we did last year was awesome. So I'm very excited to go back to the Fight Zone for Not Quite Wrestling for the YouTube members this coming Sunday.
Association. Side headlock by the American Bulldog. Great
Oh,
takedown.
shit.
These guys can wrestle too.
Yes, Gary Wolf, who got his neck broke by Shane Douglas. Yes.
Right now that he can wrestle.
You know, a lot of people might say, what a chicken this Slagle is going
I can totally hear that,
In
Brian.
all honesty, it's a smart maneuver.
Yeah.
If he feels he's in trouble, he's got to get out of there and get his thoughts in order and reorganize before he goes back in.
Anthony Durant. Is Anthony Durante the other Bulldog? I know it was either Pitbull.
This is not going to be an easy night.
But that doesn't look like Anthony.
Makes the tag into the ring is Spike.
Okay, they taped this in April.
Hard for me to tell. Oh my Lord! Working on that elbow.
Oh, exactly, Cecil. Like,
Who was in the ring? That's hard for me to tell him.
like 7 minutes in any other realm. It's fine. You know? I can hold out. But a 7-minute shitty wrestling match? Oh, it's the worst. Oh, I'm sure somebody in the WWF was like, yeah, totally, you guys can come in and beat. What was that? You guys can beat the LOD. We are in North Carolina. We're in Raleigh, North Carolina, moving on up in the world. Thank you, Tecmo. Again, big help tonight. Tecmo is the hero of the day. Table of Kings, you should start a YouTube wrestling company. Listen, if I can make Deadlock money, you best believe. And until I can make that Deadlock money. And even then, I don't want those headaches. Does it say Pitbull on their tights? Oh my god, it does say Pitbulls on their tights. Of course it does. Why wouldn't it? Fuck. I love wrestling.
That's what tag team wrestling is all about. Tagging in.
I love wrestling. It's the best.
That is like 2 men on one at all times. A fresh man in the ring at all times.
That is Rex.
I love you and Raleigh. You should have to do a triangle match.
Nice elbow to the back of the head. Slagle outsmarted him that time. Has him up for a body slam. Going for the cover, but he doesn't have those.
All right, this guy, according to Hez over on YouTube, this guy might have been Jim Boss in WCW, which hilarious enhancement guy named Jim Boss.
And I still see no act of Jerry Rose.
There we go, Jerry Bubba Rose, the man of many nicknames, and they're all great. I've never seen Jerry Bubba Rose do a move. Well, of course, Jerry Bubba Rose is the best wrestler ever. Why wouldn't we underestimate? Oh my gosh. Just kick him right in the Adam's apple, why don't you? He's doing the Steve Austin. Boom. Okay, yeah, if you guys say that's Anthony Durante, I'll believe you. Maybe. You just called the American Pitbulls. What? I'm so confused. Oh. Alright, Tecmo says the Pitbull's first ever match billed with that name was also in April of 1990 in New Zealand. And then they came back from that and taped this. Yeah, back in the day, we're just random indie guys were getting all these weird, like, European bookings.
This time they surprised him. He was expecting that drop kick that they gave him a few seconds ago.
Oh god, don't kill him, don't kill him, don't kill him. Oh shit! Sit out powerbomb, a Liger bomb on an American indie show in 1990. Sweet.
As good Paul Jones would call it. They do some maneuvers that you don't see often. Snap air takedown. Bouncing off the rope. This is Spike.
Holy shit, I need to track that down. That show in New Zealand had a match I would also kill to see. 1990 Bob Orton Jr. versus 1990 Norman Smiley. Hell yes. That I had to have been.
An official in any sport. To me, it looked like a 3 count. They got him in there for that double rowboat. Boy,
I think they legit just tore his groin. And yeah, I love watching guys who don't know how to do like the basic match, you know, the Shine Heat comeback, do a squash match.
combination of the suplex, that double
Yeah,
chicken
power
wing
bomb.
suplex.
Nope, I'm gonna pick you up. Snap there, chin lock.
Rex of the American Bulldogs making the tag. Spike now enters the ring.
The tights say Pitbull Express.
Uh-oh.
For when, oh gosh.
That's right, a blindside.
They just wanted all the
You didn't even
names.
see him coming in football. They'd call that a trap block. Spike now.
That's not a chop block. That's the pounce. Period.
Rose's legs right now are wobbly, Gene.
Oh gosh.
That neck landed on the top ring rope. And I'll tell
They're
you
gonna
what, you
kill
talk about
him.
possible damage to the larynx. What it does temporarily is cut off that supply of oxygen.
It can take your voice out. It can take your wind out. You can't breathe. You can't wrestle. You got to have oxygen. That's your fuel.
That was a mistake there on the part of the American Bulldogs because he allowed him to make the tag with a fresh Rick Slagle when it appeared that Rose was hurt. Nice leg down.
Like the thing is, in this time period, these guys would be also wrestling the Salago and Jerry Rose. We're also doing squash matches with like the Steiners. And they genuinely look more afraid to wrestle these guys. Not because they're going to like purposely hurt them. They just have no fucking idea what they're doing. Yeah. Let's do more of that.
And he's definitely not feeling sorry for
We're just in the match, you know? There we go. Yeah, the Jim Neidhart shoulder block. Oh gosh, he almost fell over. Yeah. The American Pitbull Express or Bulldogs. R.I.P. Jerry Bubba Rose. Magnum CK told me that his uncle wrestled the Rose Jerry Bubba Rose. The Jerry Bubba Rose is a real nice guy.
That's a 1-2-3 count right there. And this one belongs to the American Bulldogs. And we don't want you to go away because there's a lot more action.
We don't want you to go away. I don't know.
Colt Steele against Brian Johnson and David Isley.
To my right, weighing 235 pounds from Wilmington, North Carolina, Brian Johnson.
Brian Johnson. Carolina's own.
His partner this evening, weighing 230 pounds from Charlotte, North Carolina, David Isley.
David Isley. Carolina's own David Isley. I think every state needs a wrestler of their own.
Their opponents tonight to my left, weighing
B. Skinner, thank you so much for subbing. Tip of the hat. Brad Anderson. Oh shit, Ivan Koloff is done with Colt Steele.
His partner, weighing 252 pounds from Venice Beach, California, Colt Steele.
Sure.
Well, I'll tell you what, he has forgotten all of his Carolina.
Colt Steele, who, if I didn't know who Gene Anderson was, I'd assume Colt Steele was Brad Anderson's dad.
Carolinians said go. We don't
Oh, look at Colt Steele didn't even put the straps up in the singlet. So Ryan, we changed our minds. Go away. Stop watching.
He's hanging out with that crowd. Might as well say that he's
Colt Steele and Ivan Koloff did an interview in the last episode, and now they're not teaming up anymore.
College linebacker and a guy that could have made a career in the National Football League, but opted
Colt
for
Steele dressed to go bill fishing with Steve Garvey. Oh, jeez.
Carolina's own David Isley.
The Carolina Connection, David Isley and Brian Johnson. Brad Anderson, unmasked by War Eagle.
The Carolina Connection, because we have no other idea for a gimmick for these guys. Yeah, exactly, KP. Evan Koloff and Colt Steele, natural tag team.
Each other for leverage and strength. Into the turnbuckles. Your referee for this match, Ron West, calling for the break. And
Colt Steele singlet says like it says Call Steele.
Nice reversal into the turnbuckle.
I like the ring announcer. In like a generic, I'll never remember him again type of way. That was kind of cool.
Anderson is a good wrestler.
The swing of the punch into the arm drag, but like he took the other arm. That was kind of neat.
Brad Anderson from Minnesota, a state that has produced so many outstanding wrestlers. He's from that.
Had a career in the National Football League. No, wait, no, that was just an internship. Anyway, now he's a wrestler. Yes, all right. There we go, the other Carolinian. Yeah, referee Grandpa Munster's been great.
Let's see if Brian Johnson goes for that shoulder.
I think the referees are the best workers on the show. That's impressive because like Bob Orton's here. Ricky Steamboat.
As is she the wrestling from the Anderson family.
1, 2. Right when we say that he's been invisible. I don't think David Isley was Cougar J. Thank you, Asbender. Yes, over 45,000 followers on here.
Colt Steele.
Shout out to Andrew over on YouTube. Glad to have you.
Partner and win the North American Wrestling Association Tag Team title.
Yes, Ivan Koloff never worked for them after the taping we watched. He was just done. Dean Malenko came in. Of course he did. Why wouldn't he?
Information as to when the North American Wrestling Association is coming to your town.
That's the longest tag rope I've ever seen. Brad Anderson standing mid-apron, and he still had a hold of it. Oh, God. Is that what it says, all steel, because he's got a boner? Gross.
Brad Anderson in the middle of the ring, and I think Anderson got the better of the exchange into the ropes. Catches him coming off the ropes.
Did they like mic the ring ropes? That's why we can hear him go.
You come out fast as you can go, and that elbow just knocks you to the ground.
I didn't do well in physics, but I know that when you hit a big guy like that, it hurts. It hurts. It definitely hurts. Colt Steele
that big old overshirt. Gross.
Against Brian Johnson, the Carolina connection of Isley and Johnson. Colt Steele flailing away right now.
Yeah, they cut the rope off into like a strap match with it. Yeah. Whoa! That was definitely a no yes move.
Oh, no, that's angered him. See, that's angered. That has angered Colt Steele.
That is anger. He got angry and did a sunset flip.
Working on that arm. Brad Anderson into the ring. The gold trunks. Anderson applying the pressure and a boot as well.
If you notice, Ted, they keep working on one area of the body. That is a tradition in the Anderson clan.
No doubt about it. They find the weak minnow and go after it.
Do you notice the boots that Brad's got on right now?
Yep.
That reminds me when I was growing up watching Gene and Ole Anderson.
This is the cameraman's in one of the corners.
Nice boot to the face. Isley flailing away right now, and Colt Steele, who made the tag. Nice elbow to the side of the head. Anderson.
Yeah, he does kind of look like Ken Patera.
I've got some for you. Boy, Ron West has got his hands full, Gene. He's cleared the ring.
Yeah, they should mic individual fans. Why not? Let's like hand out love mics to like everybody.
We're in Raleigh, and we got a great house out here tonight.
It's the first time the announcer's ever gone, yeah, we got a big house.
The legal man in the ring right now.
The gate's great. Or we had to pay for this town. Shit. Nobody's buying tickets. Will I ever stream a wrestling game? Maybe someday? I'd have to get a better setup than what I have. As you guys can probably tell, I'm running on a pretty primitive computer.
Boot to the section. Pounding to the back of the head. David Isley right now going into the bad corner there.
Mike backstage. Especially around the time the envelopes go out.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, I know the bumpers on some cars are padded, but if you let that car hit you, it'll knock you down.
It will hurt.
Yeah.
Look at the eyes.
A side chin lock on David.
Look at the eyes on Colt Steele. We were talking, if we can get a close-up on those eyes, you'll see what I'm talking about. You talk about intensity. And a guy who is focused.
We don't want a close-up on his eyes. We got it during that promo. He's
Colt Steele coming down with the elbow.
Drugged out.
On the right shoulder, going for the pin. 1, 2. Isley powers out at the count of 2.
But David's not ready to give it up right now. He wants to fight to the last.
Oh my God, Ken Isley does look like Gary Saba or Sabal. An Italian stallion, spaghetti-eating champion of the
Tell you
world.
what, if you come out here to pound him, you better bring your lunch because that's going to be an all-day job.
That's right. David Isley doing everything he can to keep the fight in there.
Brad Anderson, who had been wrestling under a hood.
Hey Shane, no Armstrong, surprisingly enough. I think somebody mentioned earlier Brad was in Puerto Rico when they taped this.
Let's get a close look at who lies underneath that hood.
Imagine how shitty a match has to be to get a boring chant in 1990 North Carolina.
action, but I'll tell you right now that Anderson's in pretty good shape.
Yeah, body press.
Says he didn't get the pin. Anderson pounding away to the back of the head. David needs a tag.
Yeah, I knew Brad was young. Surprised he was 20. I thought he was maybe a teenager.
Tag is made.
He hit the ropes to tag out. Love it.
Too much time there. And now here comes Brian.
All the stars have come out for this match. Yeah. Dude, look at it was making fun of the match. Body slam. Ugh. Oh my god, they're double team gutbuster. The double body slam with the outrunners do.
No doubt about it. We've seen this one before.
Oh shit, power bomb. Brad Anderson fell off the apron.
2, 3, this match.
Brad Anderson just ate shit. Great. I love that.
He was shopping for a guy that was as vicious and mean as he was to enter the
Shane, that is Colt Steele. The old power bomb into a scissors pin, yes. He just shoved them balls into his face. Brad Anderson falls off the apron and hits his chin on the ropes. Yeah, they're scissoring.
In addition to jarring that central nervous system, and that they did, this match belongs to Anderson and Steele.
I love that they replayed him falling off the apron in slow motion. Look at this crew. Ooh, Ricky Steamboat with stubble. It's hot. Ricky Steamboat with stubble looks good.
As a single or with a partner?
Well, singly, I'm ready. I've been training. I'm ready to compete in the tournament. As far as tag team partners, I mean, we got two of the best right here. You got Ricky.
Like, why didn't Ricky Steamboat have the stubble more often? He looks great.
Bo, your thoughts?
Hey, I'm ready for anything and everything, and I tell you what, we're on top of the world right now, and we're gonna take it to wherever we gotta be.
We're on top of the world right now. Could you please stop pointing that gun at me?
As you know, you've worn straps.
I'm gonna cut the promo.
The WWF, the NWA. You've worn more straps than anybody.
The NWE.
There's a lot of people that are setting their eyes on you, feeling that if they can beat you.
Oh yeah, the Family Man is also a daddy. Hello.
Psychological victory over you. This has to keep you up at nights.
Well, you know, anytime
yes, that is Tatanka, Ryan. Chris Chavis.
Obviously, it keeps me on my toes, but I think.
Look, I'm like distracted by how hot Ricky Steamboat looks here.
To all the people here in Raleigh, right here at Dorton Arena, we're bringing it back to the way it used to be.
Yeah, because that always works.
Feel good about wrestling. Bring it back each week that everybody can come back out.
Make wrestling older.
And scream and just have a good time and bring some of that good old hometown wrestling back.
Also, he let the gray come out in his hair, and that looks good too. Oh my gosh.
As many people in this area know, I've had some great matches right here in Raleigh, North Carolina, and I am not too old or washed up to stop that. I've come back for one reason, and that is to wrestle for everybody here.
Although Steamboat's like, yeah, I'm not old. I know I've been around for a while. You guys, I promise I'm not old.
Well, I'll tell you what, they certainly love what you're saying tonight, Ricky. You know,
Bo Reagan looks so embarrassed. Poor guy. I want to give him a hug.
About the tournament that's coming up. They have contacted the promoters locally and are going to be coming in to challenge you. You guys welcome one and all?
Oh, we welcome everyone.
Why are 3 guys cutting a promo for the tag team tournament?
That you've got your eyes on, Bo.
Hey, bring them all, because if we beat them all...
Holy shit, that's a 7,000 seat arena.
Of course. We'll take a breather and we'll be back after these messages.
Yeah.
245 pounds from Jackson, Mississippi, Alan Kinsey.
Alan Kinsey, the guy who, the Kinsey Report? Yeah, Steve, the year before this, Ricky Steamboat had that series with Ric Flair. Like, yeah, I'm not washed up. We did IWCCW on like a special kind of like impromptu off the grid. We will be doing IWCCW on off the grid later this year. I got it in the schedule. There we go. From North Carolina.
230 pounds from Charlotte, North Carolina.
Ricky Steamboat and Chris Chavis. What a team. That's a weird way to put. He's accompanied by his partner. Why wouldn't he be? Chris Chavis. Look at that. Beautiful entrance. It is, yeah. Sirius really is one of the best entrance songs.
And of course, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, all in the background, he's got an athletics tremendous team.
Well, I tell you what,
Yeah, it's the Chicago Bulls.
but Ricky loves North Carolina. There is no two ways about it. We were speaking to him briefly a little earlier, and Ricky flat said it, man. This is it.
There are two more attention deficit criminals.
From Hawaii, and he loves North Carolina.
No doubt
To wrestle
about it.
Ricky
Runs that
Steamboat.
successful, Steamboat Gym in Charlotte, North
These guys
Carolina.
probably
Teaming
fixed
up with
Ricky's
a
car
newcomer to the North American
the
Wrestling
week before the show, and he's like, listen, you guys can make it down to the wrestling show. Get some leggings, and we'll talk about getting you in that ring.
No time going to work on Ricky the Dragon Steamboat off the ropes. Catches him with a nice elbow. Kinsey firing away. Your referee is Byron Richard calling for the break, and of course,
I'd be too distracted to wrestle Ricky Steamboat. I'm walking in there with that beard. I think it was the Bulls. I think the Bulls were the first ones to be serious. And I'm not a big sports guy. I like my sports to be predetermined. Oh gosh. Yeah, the Bulls.
that of course not executed exactly the way that War Eagle wanted it.
Well, Kinsey tried to counter it.
Mark Webb's like, yeah, that suplex kind of sucked. He fucked that up.
I'll tell you, how would you like to have that land on your throat?
It's a big man.
How'd you like to have that big, sweaty, sexy thigh right on your throat?
Full force coming down on the line, so now those head going into the turnbuckles. The tag is made into the ring. Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, both men throwing Kinsey into the ropes.
There we go. Always love a good backdrop.
Boy, if Kinsey's got an aspirin on him, he better pull it out now. Those punches seem to lack authority, though.
Caught Ricky a little off guard there. There's his partner slow to come
There's his
in.
partner who cannot get in the ring.
Well, they're giving him enough time to recuperate. Sammy Martin.
That man has what's the lower back tattoo, but instead of a tattoo, it's hair. Like, I didn't know you could grow hair in that part of your body. Chris Chavis is doing jazz hands in the corner.
Wide receiver by the name of
Yeah.
double drop kick, and Sammy Martin in trouble. A fellow that was a wide receiver, all pro for the Miami Dolphins and San Francisco 49ers, who happens to be remaining with Gaffney, South Carolina. Freddie Summers.
All right, last man. Glad to have you. Take care. Have a good night.
Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. Tell you what, Sammy Martin in trouble right now.
Sammy is looking for a way out.
Oh gosh. Yeah, Bo Reagan, short straw here drawn. He doesn't get to be in the tag match.
He knows he's in the Carolina somewhere, but he couldn't give you an exact.
Nice tight shot of that guy's bald spot. Lovely.
He may not. Tell you what, they're working on him right now. Ricky Steamboat. Nice neck breaker. And that could be it. That could be it for Sammy Martin. You know, in
Sammy Martin,
neck, he landed square
whose butt totally came out of his tights.
Give him a little bit of a little consciousness, little consciousness and everything.
He's got him up for a full body slam. Martin right now just about out of gas. And I tell you what, it's not that... on the side of the head. Nice knee to the side of the head. It's not that Ricky the Dragon Steamboat is sadistic, but I think what he's doing...
It's not that Ricky the Dragon Steamboat is sadistic. It's just that he plucks feathers off of birds in his basement. It's kind of a weirdo. Like, it is so weird seeing Ricky Steamboat wrestle that guy.
Here comes Ricky off the rope.
Oh shit, hey, tag team move. Tag team continuity. And Ricky's like, nope. That's not the move I want to finish the match with. Seriously, what? Take it home. Stop doing moves to him.
Well, I'll tell you right about now, I would say that Mr. Martin is primed for that 1-2-3 count. But they're continuing to administer the
That kid y'all get off the fucking ropes.
Not the typical style, but I do believe they're trying to send a message to someone, Gene.
Well, when you're in the ring and you're in this business, it's like anything else.
Ugh.
A football team could have have a score. They're trying to send a message out to everybody that we're here to play.
And they're here to play
Like all the squash matches in this company, they have like a logical conclusion, and then they just go for another 3 minutes.
Applying a nice hold on there.
It's so weird. They are wrestling like it's a video game.
He's getting instructions right now from Ricky the Dragon Steamboat.
Did Ricky Steamboat just try to do an Irish whip from outside the ring? Yeah, they're totally wrestling like a video game where like you can work up to do like your big moves like a minute into the match. But then the guy kicks out and they just keep going.
Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. Well known, well respected all over the world.
It's not Fire Pro because the guy can't be knocked out. Oh god, please let that be the finish. Nope, he just wanted to punch him again.
I don't believe Sammy got out of that. I think Ricky let him go just to
I think Ricky Steamboat is sadistic.
He's trying to figure out what is it with Ricky tonight and War Eagle Chris Chavis.
It's smoldering as Ricky Steamboat. He's just showing off.
Look at Kinsey. Kinsey has turned spectator. Kinsey has turned spectator.
He's over there. Keep going. Don't tag me. Is what he's trying to tell his partner.
You're doing great. You're doing great. That was a mistake. Ricky make. I think Ricky underestimated.
I'm gonna give you my head. Take care of me. Okay, jumping elbow drop to the base of the skull.
Going over for the cover. 1, 2. Ricky Powers out at the count of 2. Alan Kinsey right now taking advantage of a stunned Ricky Steamboat. He didn't want any part of Steamboat a couple of seconds ago.
I cannot believe. Like, that's probably the most famous person he ever wrestled. And he was so secure in himself. He's like, I'm going to impress Ricky Steamboat by giving him a concussion. And Ricky Steamboat being a professional is like, yeah, I'll let these guys work me over. But again, why are they getting to work him over? Were there like 6 guys in the locker room?
That was pure instinct. That was pure instinct that you saw Ricky.
Also, they tried to get the heat, and Steamboat's like, nope.
No, that move right there is a basic move. When you're in trouble, you try to sit out.
That is twice that Steamboat has been caught with that boot, and that leads me to believe
That was the heat. Now it's time for the comeback. Yes.
That boot is starting to take its toll on Ricky. Ricky's got to come up with something.
He should have done the elbow back to him.
See that war dance, you know that the end can't be far away.
Oh yeah, Steamboat was definitely the biggest star in this company by far. There we go, Chris Chavis. Why was that match so long? I believe the referee was that Timu Shane Douglas from earlier.
On our slow motion instant replay, Gene, and describe the action.
He shoots him off. Oh, nice power slam.
Nice power slam. The match was 6 minutes and 25 seconds. And that genuinely felt longer than the Flair Steamboat 2 out of 3 Falls match. Stay tuned. The action, they gave it.
The international world heavyweight champion Mark Fleming. Welcome to the
Mark Fleming.
I'm so excited
the
to be
world
here
famous Mark
with the
Fleming.
North American Wrestling Association. I'm ready to wrestle all comers. I won the international world heavyweight title here in the States. I've been traveling to Japan, Australia, defending my title, and I'm so happy to be here and give anybody a shot here at this
showed
title.
up. He's like, "Hey, I bought a
glad
belt."
to do it in a squared circle.
I'm going to tell you what. There's a lot of tradition.
One of those old-timey little tiny belts.
And you know what I'm talking about.
Yes, sir, I do. 6-time world champion Lou Thez held this
Louis.
Ed Strangler Lewis, Jim Lundis, all the greats you can think of in the past.
Louis Thez.
And I am so honored to hold this. And I'm going to do everything and give 150%.
This has to be a parody.
Defending this belt every time I get in the ring.
Mark Fleming, the international world champion,
right now. Can we have a nice
wrestled
hand
Louis
for the living
Thez.
legend Lou Thez.
Wait, what? Louis Thez is there?
American Wrestling Association.
Well, thank you very much, Ted. I'm very happy to be here. Saw some fine wrestling here tonight. And when you see Mark Fleming go to post, well, I think you're going to see some more of it.
Well, he's got a tremendous tradition to uphold by wearing the
How much money did Mark Fleming give Lou Thez to walk around with him in indie shows? Mark Fleming was a New Japan guy. Okay.
But it'll be interesting to see. It's going to take a great wrestler because I'm mightily impressed with this man's ability.
I cannot believe he called him Louis Thez.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's a pleasure having you on the program with us this evening.
Thank you so much. Good to be with you. Thank you.
The living legend, Lou Thez. Boy, that's got to put a little pressure on your back.
He's like, holy shit, can you believe Lou Thez actually showed up?
Everybody knows about the accomplishments of Lou Thez. You ever think about that when you go in there to defend the title?
Yes, sir, I do. He watches every move I make, and of course, I want to try to impress him, you know. But I'm doing this also for myself and for the people out there because I want to bring back wrestling and show the people.
I want to bring back. What have you been watching?
That's what I want to do in the ring.
Well, I tell you, you are one
Hiroshi Hase and Ricky Chosu versus Jerry Lawler and Mark Fleming happened in New Japan the year before this.
Competition's revving up. I can't wait to see it happen.
Oh, I'm excited about it. Hey, I'm ready to go, man. I am excited.
I'm excited. Period. Oh yeah, Bob Orton Jr. Lynn Wagner. How is? I'm very fascinated by Lynn Wagner. The flatness of the top of his head and his nipples being so far apart. Wait, did he lose Baron Samedi? Did he lose his confidant?
Now, when you talk about a sadistic side,
I'm sad. Bob Orton Jr. lost his confidant.
Is certainly the personification of sadistic.
When he goes after you, he lets you know that he is there for business.
He's in there with a tough guy by the name of Lynn Wagner, and of course the referee for this event is.
Oh yeah, there's so many promotions that their hook was wrestling the way it should be.
He can do it all. His attitude is what destroys.
Wrestling the way it was supposed to be.
His ability is because he lets the wrestling go out the door and just wants to hurt somebody.
No doubt about it.
And it's always wrestling that doesn't draw.
3 years running, State of Florida amateur champion, son of the legendary Bob Orton Sr. And a lot of folks say, you know, there's a tremendous
Lynn Wagner
amount of
got those
talent in this guy.
socks
Why
pulled up real
does he
high.
have to take the shortcut? And you ask him that question, and he says, because I like it.
That's right. And what he wants to do, he's a selfish individual.
Well, he's certainly going to have the advantage as far as weight, height, and power over Lynn Wagner. Catches Wagner.
Old Lynn.
Nice hip lock takedown by Lynn Wagner.
Lynn Wagner showing a few of his own moves to Bob Orton.
Cecil shares a story. Earlier in my career, a promoter told me go out and have an indie match. I asked him what that meant, and he said flips and kick out of stuff.
Taking the shortcut right there, popping a right to the jaw of Lynn Wagner.
I really can't blame him on that.
Reminds me that douchebag that does the TikToks.
That one from here.
Indie wrestling versus professional wrestling. I'm like, you're a fucking indie wrestler.
And Lynn Wagner, a
Goof.
little dirt there as Bob Orton Jr. ramming that head into the canvas, slamming the knee
Oh,
on
Baron
the side of the head.
Samedi bailed from this promotion in New Japan.
Well, not only that, but what it does to the equilibrium. When you pop someone in the ear, Orton dragging him outside the ring. This is what we're talking about. This is where you see most of your injuries in professional wrestling.
Oh, jeez.
Did you hear that?
Oh. He caught him full
square into the throat. Wagner outside of the ring.
Oh.
There's another one to the forehead.
Yeah, I'm not a big Jack Vaughn guy. He
I've seen him do it 100 times and 100
punches
times
down. I just think that's shitty and mean.
Not at all. I mean, styles change, clothing.
Especially when he's not that
something
good.
That's remained fairly consistent is the tactics of one known as Cowboy Bob Orton.
Like, he's perfectly serviceable, but like,
He wants to hurt you.
I don't
As you
know.
look back on your professional career,
He's made fun of dudes that are so much better than him.
And what's successful with Bob Orton Jr. is his tactics.
And he's going to keep taking it to the bank. No doubt about it. Orton, who has been teaming up with Baron Samedi.
You know who does rules? Bob Orton Jr.
His influence has certainly been seen in the Baron as well.
Tremendous. Baron has come much further along since he's been teaming up with Bob Orton Jr.
I'll tell you what, Ron West won't put up with this. Ron West, certainly one of the most proven referees in professional wrestling in America. And he will go just so far. And after that, he'll give Orton the old DQ.
That's right. He will not take too much.
Hey, Chuck, yes, we've watched 2 Colt Steel matches and a promo. Oh.
And you know what's impressive? He didn't leave his feet, Coach.
Yeah, Bob Orton's really bringing the energy, bringing the vibes to this audience.
Bob Orton Jr., the pride of
Yeah, I don't expect anybody to blindly agree with my opinion. That's the great thing about wrestling; it's subjective. We can all have our own opinions. Yeah, the Young Bucks, I like when they did parodying because they were making fun of themselves, and again, they were not punching down.
Referee Ron West calling for the break, and whoa, from the top rope. 1, 2.
I love that superplex.
Belongs to Bob Orton Jr.
Referee Grandpa Munster. These fans fucking love Bob Orton Jr.
Look at the face on Orton. Look at the face on Orton. He enjoyed himself.
All right, Yankee Hawk. Have a good night. See you Tuesday.
Let us go to that instant replay in slow motion, Gene. Describe the action.
Bob Orton Jr. has Lynn Rager high above the wrestling ring, 6 feet up in the air now.
Man is $5 Wrestling. I'm biased because I am good, close personal friends with old Marty DeRosa.
Because coming up next is one of my favorites, the youngster, Vince Trelli, accompanied to the ring with his manager, Paul Jones.
I get a kick out of it. Or I got a kick out of it.
Now to answer a lot of questions I've been getting through letters and also different places where
again, I'm biased because Marty and I are friends, so I don't know if I'm too subjective. Mike Rex is up next. He's in our main event.
Behind the scenes that have brought you wrestling in this area years
Don't be
ago.
too exciting here, Paul Jones.
Talk about wrestlers like Ricky Steamboat that you'll be seeing, Vince Trelli, Chief War Eagle Chavis, and people ask me, what is it? Well, it's going to be wrestling back like it was. It's going to be you people that are used
wrestling
to
the way it
wrestling in your
was.
arenas, in your hometown, week after week or every 2 weeks or whatever. Well, it's going to be back to those days, and it's going to be wrestling.
Paul Jones is like, guys, I swear, I'm not going to bring up the Mighty Wilbur
I'm talking about punishing holes
to wrestle anybody.
For this.
This looks like a YouTuber apology. I'd like to address the allegations
tries to get away with,
waged against me by Jimmy Valiant.
He's going to be suspended and eliminated from NAWA. Now, I can sit here and I can tell you that you're going to see Vince Trelli, one of the big stars in the future, and I'll do the best of my ability.
Was this filmed after he died?
Then you see other wrestlers like Bob Orton Jr., that I don't like, and I don't care for
Bob Orton Jr. I can't fucking stand him.
Within the rules. Chris War Eagle Chavis, which is a big star. This man is, you watch him in the future, and he's a nice guy, and he's somebody that you people can get behind and support 100%. And you know, I don't have to say too much about Ricky Steamboat. You know what he's all about. But these guys,
it's funny we're giving Paul Jones all this time to
and they're wrestlers
cut this.
I would want my kids to
promo.
be around and to set examples for, and to be a role model. So NAWA is wrestling that's coming back to your area and your arenas every week, every 2 weeks, or every 3 weeks. So look for it. It's going to be right here in your local area.
Yeah, I'm so excited.
The contest of the evening is a 1-fall with a 10-minute time limit. In the ring at this time, weighing 247 pounds from Charlotte.
Like the ring announcer sounds like he's making fun of Paul Jones. Mike Rex got new tights. He got rid of his little half shirt. Wait, is he wrestling the Steiners? It sounds like the crowd's going woo along with the song, and it's very funny. Dun, 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 dun. Wow. I love how Paul Jones cut that promo and then gets to come out to Welcome to the Jungle. That guy's getting a hand job from his girlfriend in the crowd. Her hand was totally in his pants.
That's right, Vince Trelli, an experienced amateur wrestler, great.
Yeah! He should have done that in the UFC before he fought like Dan Severn. Come on, y'all. They are really proud of the fact that Ken Shamrock got a tryout offer. So YouTube has a feature, so if it gets picked up, Welcome to the Jungle gets picked up by the YouTube copyright gods, I can retroactively mute the music. It has a feature now where you can just take out the music track, and it works really well, even on the shit like this.
The fella in the white trunks, Vince Trelli.
The fella in the white trunks. What a great nickname.
I can't say enough about Vince Trelli, Gene.
Vince Trelli, a tremendous athlete. A duck under go behind right there. He's teaching this young man a wrestling lesson right now. A high waistline.
He is not letting this guy do anything. Not taking any chances. And again, this is our main event. Mike Rex against Ken Shamrock, Vince Trelli.
So needless to say, he's bad. There he goes, got a nice arm leg cradle.
Orion, thank you for the cheers.
Paul Jones has got an eye for talent, I'll tell you.
Oh, he sure does. This man right here has got all the talent he ever wants.
No doubt about it.
He can go as far as he wants in this sport.
He can go as far as he wants to.
Trelli, who has lost about 15
The whole crowd on All Angles was getting hand jobs, and this show was airing in the midday in syndication on the Christian channel. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, I'm with you, Nathan. Young Ken Shamrock is a blast. Because, like, he's got the funny, cheesy babyface stuff, but, like, he's doing shoot holds and moves. Paul Jones looks like he's the sponsor for the local TV owner. Paul Jones' Appliances on Route 43, just past the old Chuck E. Cheese. But if you drive past Scandals, you've gone too far. Ken Shamrock wins. Again, he did not give old Mike Rex a chance to do anything. Love that that's the move that he kept in the arsenal. Why was this the main event? Because this show makes no fucking sense. That's why. Coming up, the wrap-up with the Nasty Boys, who look annoyed. The Nasty Boys, in quotations.
Redneck morons from North Carolina, South Carolina, Virginia, you couch potatoes.
Yeah, he called us fat.
You have going for you is right here. The Nasty Boys, the Class and the Flash.
The Class and the Flash, baby. This is like if Tim and Eric made a wrestling show. That's a good observation.
And War Eagle or whoever the hell wants to go.
Oh, he cussed. He said hell.
Stand in line because we'll knock you right down. Tell him, Fag, shut your mouth. You got these.
I love how he's louder without the microphone than he is with it.
They got chains around their necks and they're running around like two jerks. You must
They're running around like two
like the rest of
jerks.
People standing here in front of me. If they just keep their
Oh, he's getting hot and bothered. Watch out.
We might enlighten them a little bit with what's going on around here. And another thing I want to tell you, Ted Webb, is when we come out to the arena, I want these stinking rednecks and these stinking couch potatoes to stand up because we are the very best.
Well, there you have it. The Nasty Boys, we're about all out of time. We'll see you again next week with Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, the American Bulldogs, and a whole lot more.
Yeah, the polar opposite of the Paul Jones promo.
So long, everyone.
Shut up, you ignorant moron. What the hell? All right, that's it for tonight. As my camera shakes. Thank you all so much for staying up late with me. I appreciate it. Putting up with all my bullshit tonight, all my technical issues. But I think we got them nipped in the bud. We'll be good going forward. And thank you all so much. Hanging out with me tonight on Off the Grid. I'm back on Twitch Tuesday night at 9 p.m. for WSW Deep Cuts Live. And for you YouTube members, again, it's the $4.99 tier and up, Erotic Eric Fontaine, and Armstrong Bingo members. Next Sunday, this coming Sunday, not quite wrestling. We're going back to the Fight Zone, but with weird Russian dubs. So, again, thank you all so much. I'm not going to keep you up any later. Go get some sleep. I'll see you all Tuesday. Have a good night.